7, 8, 9. Last 10. 1, 2.
会社で実際何をしてるの？
Well done. So we are still stretching
学
this
校で
way.
職業調査をやることになってて、プロジェクトマネージャーって普通どれくらい稼げる
3,
の？チャット PT だと平均
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you're going to come up this way tomorrow. Don't follow.
Yourself. Your belief on who you are must be greater than your fear. Must be greater than yourself. Your belief on who you are must be greater than your fear to fail for you to succeed.
Second, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel delivers the strategies entrepreneurs must deploy to outmaneuver volatile economic shifts.
And I'm thinking, I've raised millionaires and billionaires in this country. This one is not taken by moonlight. Thousands of billionaires, at least 17 billionaires in this country. That are people that were, some of them were even my staff, earning 7,000. Today they are doing 25 billion. In America, I've done it. In London, I've done it. So it's not, this is what I know.
And third, Niyi Adesanya breaks down the systems that automate your business operations and guarantee generational wealth.
Your leadership must evolve from self into systems. Nobody can lead this transformation that they do not lead through a system. At the point in time, your leadership must submit to the system that you have built, that you have created. Everybody that has created something lasting, something sustainable, they've always done it through systems.
Date, Saturday 22nd August 2026, time 10 a.m. Venue, Oranto International Hotel Conference Room, Akano Ibiam International Airport, Enugu. Early bird slots are extremely limited. Don't just walk. Know the secrets, build strategies and systems for growth and sustainability in your business. WhatsApp your proof of payment to 0813 773 6474. Register now.
I'd like us to do a little exercise, not that hard or strenuous, like the first one we just concluded. I'd like you to walk around the room in the next 2 minutes. Don't greet the people you know. Don't take the contact of the people you know. Please, if you have your complimentary card, exchange your card, your business card. But if you have your contact number, you cannot all do that. This is business room. Anything can happen here. I give you the next 2 minutes. We walk around, we meet, and we'll greet. I'll be back in the next 2 minutes. So let's do that. Get up, don't be too comfortable sitting in one place. Meet people that you've not met before. Introduce yourself. Tell them what you do and exchange contact. Thank you. 30 more seconds. Remember to take the person's contact. Remember to ask the person, what do you do? 30 more seconds, please. 20 more seconds. We'll have 10 more seconds. Five more seconds. All right, our time is up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take our seats, please. Let's take our seat, please. Thank you so much. Please, let's take our seats. Our time is up. We're a little bit behind schedule. The exercise took a bit of time. So we're moving over to the vision of leadership and economic summit. The vision of LES at empowering brighter future for Africa through Africans. Please, let's settle down. Let's settle down so that there will be order in the house, please. The Leadership and Economic Summit exists to contribute to the transformation of Africa by developing capable leaders, building economically productive entrepreneurs, connecting opportunities to people, and creating a platform where ideas become action, and action produces measurable economic impact. LES believes that the future of Africa cannot be built by waiting for external solutions. Africa must be developed by Africans who are equipped, connected, courageous, and economically empowered to create the future they desire. Therefore, LES is designed to become more than an event. It is a movement, ecosystem, and transformation platform for leadership development, economic empowerment, entrepreneurship, investment, innovation, and strategic collaboration across Africa. What is our core objective? The primary objective of LES is to equip African leaders and entrepreneurs with the knowledge, skills, networks, resources, and strategic thinking required to solve problems, create opportunities, and drive sustainable economic growth. These will be achieved through 5 major pillars. Number 1, leadership development. To raise a new generation of exceptional African leaders capable of leading organizations, businesses, communities, and institutions with vision, competence, integrity, and strategic intelligence. Everything rises, according to John C. Maxwell, everything rises and falls on leadership. I played a bit of football. I played in Enyimba Football Club in the feeder team, about to get into the men team some years ago. And I had injury. And my parents could not support to take care of me. And that was how my dream of becoming a footballer died. When a team is not doing well, a club is not doing well, go around the world, they don't sack players. 99% of the time that a team is not doing well, they sack their coach. The players are not the problem. The coach is always a problem. Bring a pack, bring a gathering, thousands of goats. Appoint a lion to lead them. Goat will develop lion's heart. Bring lions. Appoint a goat to lead lions. Lion will develop goat's heart. Everything revolves around leadership. So if there's a problem in the family, blame the man. When there was problem in the Garden of Eden, it doesn't matter what your justification may look like. Adam. There is nothing like the woman. Adam. If there's a problem in a state, blame the governor. If there's a problem in the nation, blame the president. If there's a problem in an organization, blame the leader or the founder of the organization. The church I'm pastoring, by God's grace, I take responsibility for everything that I've gone wrong. But everything that I've gone right, I give credit to the team that is powering it. Leaders take responsibility. So Africa, we're good in blame games, and it has kept us where we are. Number 2, economic empowerment. To move people from merely consuming economic value to creating economic value through entrepreneurship, investment, innovation, wealth creation, and enterprise development. Number 3, entrepreneurship and business growth. To expose entrepreneurs to practical knowledge, proven strategies, system, technologies, and business models that can help them build sustainable and scalable enterprises. Yesterday, I mentioned it, that what we're building here is business, not business models. There's a difference between building a business that is just for survival and then building a business model. When it comes to business model, you're not building for yourself. You're building for transgenerational blessings or transgenerational legacy. Collaboration and opportunity to connect leaders, entrepreneurs, investors, policy makers, professionals, innovators, and institutions so that relationship can become partnership, investment, business, and solutions. And the last one is African problem solving. To bring expert practitioners together to confront Africa's most pressing leadership and economic challenges and convert knowledge into practical solutions. These objectives are consistent with LESI's stated focus on empowering leaders, fostering economic growth, and solving Africans' leadership and economic challenges. May I say this? We are not gathered because it's an event. We are gathered because we are looking for tools. And we brought in men. We brought in people that have proven results, not people that have theoretical. We don't bring theoretical people. It doesn't matter if you are a professor, you are OON, MFN, AID, this, that. Name whatever you want. It doesn't move us one bit. What moves us is that if we cannot connect between your academic qualification and your proven result, there's a disparity. Once the academic qualification cannot connect with the result, we don't have anything to do with you. We are more comfortable calling people by their names when we invite them here. And they show us their result. And that's what we're interested in. So that while you are sharing your stories, while you are bringing up some principle, they are traceable, they are provable, and they can be duplicatable. What are the things that we should produce in LES? These are the things we produce. The real success of LES, Leadership and Economic Summit, is not measured by how many people sit in this conference hall. It's not the number that moves us. It doesn't move us. We've been running this program for the past 6 years. It's not the number, it's the result that moves us. So I want to encourage you to pay close attention to the things that you'll be hearing, things you'll be learning, and much more than that. Please don't just write notes, write action plans, especially 24 hours action plan, 48 hours action plan. Don't just write notes. Nobody is pursuing you to give him your note. We are all interested in your result. It is measured by what happens after we leave this all. So what will happen? This is our anticipation. Lest we produce leaders who lead better, businesses that grow, ideas that becomes enterprises, relationship that become partnership, capital that finds opportunities, people who move from dependency to productivity, business that create jobs, innovation that solves problem, communities that experience economic impact. There was the Prime Minister of Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, that studied what happened to the Japanese and realized that the Japanese lost everything during the Hiroshima bombing, the Second World War. They lost everything. And the president or the prime minister of Japan said, we're not going to ask for aid from developed nations like America. We're not going to ask for aid from Europe. So what is the key thing that have helped them to build a sustainable developing communities and countries? And they understudied those things. He said, you know what? We are pushing our bright minds to Europe to go and understudy them, to go and learn, to go and acquire skill and acquire the needed knowledge. Guess what? The prime minister sent a lot of Japanese on a scholarship scheme to go to Europe, go to France, go to England, go to America. What are you going to study? Study building technology, study architecture, become a civil engineer, study electrical, electronics, study different spheres, medicine, name them. And when they were done, 10 years later, the prime minister said it is time for mass return. And those young guys, none was left behind. Every one of them came back. And they started translating what they have internalized into a product, into a service, into development. There is nothing called development. It is people translating, transferring what they have internalized into productivity. So we are more concerned about knowledge. We are more concerned about knowledge. We are more concerned about knowledge. It is what you know that you can use to create what you have. So when the Japanese were done doing that, 20 years down the line, Japan emerged and became a developed country. One of the best and so strong economies in the world is the Japanese economies. So the Singaporeans heard about it, being the Asian tigers as well, and they were very poor. And the Singaporean consulted the Japanese and said, how were you able to do that? And the prime minister advised Lee Kuan Yew, and Lee Kuan Yew implemented the same strategy. But this time around, Lee Kuan Yew said, everybody that is working in the civil service in Singapore, in the next 20 years, we're going to have what we call mass mobilization of entrepreneurship. All of you will migrate from being depending on government to pay you salary to depending on yourself to produce something. 20% of your salary will be saved the next 20 years. After 20 years, we'll give you back your money. It was a deal. And Lee Kuan Yew started. They started setting aside 20% every month. People were complaining. People were crying. People were like, this money is not enough. At the end of 20 years, Lee Kuan Yew called them for a press conference and made a press conference and then gave the money back to the entire workforce of the Singaporeans. Guess what? They all moved into business. Some failed, but to the greatest surprise of everyone, a lot of them succeeded. And the people that succeeded were the ones that started developing Singapore. Singapore is one of the best cities or nations in the world. I don't want to talk about Dubai. Time will not permit me to say all of that. So this is already reflected in our testimonies from participants who attribute significant business and employment growth to the inspiration and knowledge received through the summit. So what's our future? Listen, the future of early years is significantly bigger than an annual event. If we meet here once a year for 3 days, we're not going to achieve anything. So watch. LESS will evolve from a summit, pay close attention, into an African economic development ecosystem. May I tell you this? In a short while, it's not going to be up to 5 years, this Leadership and Economic Summit will not only hold in Enugu. All right, we've departmentalized it into 4 regions in Africa: Nairobi in Kenya, Cairo or Casablanca in Morocco or in Egypt, South Africa or Malawi. Either we do it in Johannesburg or we do it in Malawi, and then Ghana in West Africa. And then we can look for one for Central African Republic around Kigali or Congo. Now listen, we are a movement. This is not just a mere conference. This is not a fall and die. This is not, I pray and the Lord did it. When you study about system in Genesis chapter 1, if you study about system, you see that God, after doing everything, he went to rest. Why will he rest? He has created a system that will be autopilot. Human beings can produce human beings. Crops can produce crops. Rain knows when to fall, because as long as rain comes down, there is condensation, evaporation, and everything, it will still come back. So there was a system. We have no business calling him. We have no business. We only have business having conversations. Asking him, how do I do this? How do I do that? And then he will tell you. We have no business asking him in the morning, intervene. In the night, intervene. In the next month, intervene. Oh, God of divine intervention, intervene. So, African economic development ecosystem, because African opportunity is massive. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. From this conference, most people here, under the sound of my voice, may not live in Nigeria. Some of us will move over to Nairobi. Some move over to Douala. Some will go to Gambia. The congestion here is too much. The opportunities in Africa is massive. Who told you because they gave birth to you in Enugu, you will die in Enugu? No. You can explore the world. You can explore the world. That's what people like Christopher Columbus and all the rest of them, Washington, so many of them, that's what they were doing. You can explore the world and bring out results that will be an amazement to people. Must you stay here? Must you be here? The annual summit becomes the major gathering point, but the transformation continues throughout the year. So the future ecosystem will consist of, number one, LESS Summit, the flagship annual gathering, just like we are doing, bringing together leaders, entrepreneurs, investors, policymakers, innovators, and economic thinkers. Number two, LESS Community, a year-round network of participants who continue to learn, connect, collaborate, and create opportunities beyond the summit. So that's why those of us that did the online registration, if you have not done that, please, I encourage you to do that. You will be integrated into the ecosystem. You're going to be getting mails and other things. Sometimes we'll have webinar in the course of the year. We can't have nothing less than 3 to 4 webinars. In the ecosystem, we can create a WhatsApp group where we can be learning so much in the course of the year. These and many more are the things we will be doing. LESS Business Network, a structured platform connecting African business for partnership, trade, investment, procurement, and market expansion. LESS Leadership Academy, a structured leadership development platform providing continuous training for emerging and established leaders. The gap in the leadership sector of our country is massive. We are not there yet, but we can get there. So what is happening in the political space is that people are just going in there to get money. So when someone you know, a relation, someone from your community, from your state, wins the election, you're excited. Why are you excited? Another thief has emerged. Let him go and get it, and let's see how we can share it. Now that he has become the governor, he has become the president, development will come to my community. No, it must be national. Leadership is not biased. Leadership is authentic. It does not have to be, you know me, I know. I don't need to know you to make solid impact in your life. So from here, we'll create an ecosystem of amazing leaders that will redefine things. We don't need a bucket of salt to change the taste of a pot of soup. Just a little. And the taste will change if you are interested. LESS Entrepreneurship Hub, a platform supporting entrepreneurs beyond inspiration, through business education, mentorship, strategy, system, and growth support. And then the last one, LESS Africa, a broader international platform designed to connect African leaders, entrepreneurs across nations, and the global African business ecosystem. So you can see the ecosystem of ALES. It will not stop here. So when we send messages, send you mails, please do well to read it. When we ask you to join the webinar, please do well to join. It's not going to be a one-off thing. It requires continuity. What's the long-term result while we are doing and seeing all those things? Number one, the ultimate result for LESS is the ultimate result LESS is pursuing is not more people attending conferences. That's not the ultimate result. It is more capable leaders, more successful African businesses, more investment into African opportunities, more jobs created, more African-owned enterprises, more innovation, more cross-border collaboration, more economically empowered communities, more African building solution for Africa. And ultimately, a more productive, prosperous, and self-determined Africa. The last promise. The last promise. We don't just gather people, we equip them. We don't just share ideas, we turn ideas into action. We don't just create networks, we create opportunities. We don't just inspire entrepreneurs, we build enterprises. We don't just discuss Africa's future, we develop the people who will build this future. Leadership and Economic Summit, empowering a brighter future for Africa through Africans. From the conference room to the marketplace, from knowledge to action, from action to enterprise, from enterprise to economic impact, from economic impact to a transformed Africa. Welcome to Leadership and Economic Summit. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please, just to take us further, please promise us we'll do our best to send the slide of these across, because that's the vision, that's the objective, that's the future, and that's what we believe in. So across our mails, before the close of today, we'll find a way to push the earliest vision across our platforms, our mails rather. And also, I want to say this. Yesterday, while I was taking us through a session, I did mention something about my books. My life changed early 2000. Physically, nothing happened in my life, but internally, everything changed. Everything changed in my life. Early 2000. What was it that changed? It was what I was taking in that was affecting what I was thinking. You can't change a man from the outside. You change people from inside. And the only thing, authentic thing that changed people from inside is the intake of knowledge. And that was what happened to me. I took knowledge, I got to a point, I said, no, nothing will make me be at that level. Life must become an evolution for me. I'll keep evolving until I'm tired of evolving. It was knowledge that helped me to do that. And of course, many things I've practiced that I put down in form of a book. When I wrote Money Science, it wasn't a book. It was born out of the things I've been teaching in my school. I have a school, MoneyWise Institute. All right, I teach on how to make, how to manage, and how to multiply money. It's a full institute. All right, and by the time I started noticing that people are becoming, people that have nothing, people are making multiples of millions based on what I was teaching them, I decided to put it together in a book format. Just like you can predict things based on scientific fact or laws. All right, the law of gravity is there, the law of relativity is there. All right, the law of motion is there. You can predict the outcome when you align with laws. And that was why I put down this book. I said, how to attract opportunities, how to attract people, how to attract resources. There are multi-billionaires that I've attracted into my life. I have no business attracting them into my life because there's a particular thought I've maintained. This book helped me. There are people I've attracted into my life. This book helped me. And there are resources I've attracted into my life. This book helped me. So the things I was practicing, I put it down here. You don't need 1 naira to make 10 billion. Quote me anywhere. You don't need capital to make any outstanding things in life. You only need principle. You only need principles. You don't need it. So I put it, not that I am marketing a book. I'm not marketing any book. I'm just trying to tell you what will help you. So I put it here, and then when I have stayed long in millions and I wanted to enter into billion, I started going after so many books. Books like Autobiography of Dangote, Michael Jackson's book, David Beckham's book, Kenneth Copeland's book. I was cutting across in their biography and autobiography. I was not reading books written by church people. I was reading books, trying to find out something. And when I was done reading most of those books, and when I read Cosmos Maduka's own, read everything, and when I was done reading most of their biographies and autobiographies, I draw a conclusion. These people are running with the same principles. All of them. It's just the nomenclature that may vary. These people are the same. Ask them, what did you start with? The same thing. How did you scale up? The same thing. They may just use different languages. And that was what happened to me. And that was when I read this book. And then I saw it clearly. I don't want to tell you my worth, and you cannot guess my worth. You can't even try it. You can't guess my worth. You can't guess my worth. And I can tell you that. So I have multiples of projects that runs in hundreds of billions hanging in my office. I look at them every day. So I don't conceptualize million projects. It doesn't exist in my mind. I don't conceptualize anything million project does not exist in my mind. The man standing here is having multiples of billion projects inside him. And they all will become a reality. It's not a fluke. So thinking house rent is because of the knowledge you are exposed to. Crying up and down over school fees is the knowledge you are exposed to. Some of us have stepped above school fees. We are looking for people to pay school fees for. Even when there is need to pay school fees, they say, come, you need school fees, right? And the person that is asking you need school fees, he has not paid school fees for his children. That was how my wife and I started life. We'll be looking for people to pay school fees. Our children were not going to school. It takes someone that have internalized wealth to look out for poor people to help. If you have not internalized it, you can't even bring out 10,000 to give anybody. Before you know them, na my last card, na my last card, na my last card. So I was able to put this together. And Dr. Cosmos Maduka had the pleasure, as a multi-billionaire, had the pleasure to do the forwarding. And it was a great honor for me. Tomorrow you're going to hear things from him in the closed door session. You're going to hear things. You're going to hear things. If you have not registered for the closed door session, I beg you, do well and register. You're going to hear things. All right, so he did the forwarding, and he said to me, Casey, I'm proud of you because everything you are sharing here, if you stick to it, you're on your way to seeing the reality. He said to me one time, he said, whatever wealth I've created will be a child's play in your lifetime. Why? You have an advantage that we didn't have. But that's the truth. And you have that advantage too, apart from technology. The knowledge that is at your disposal, it's just that you are busy going through reels and all that. The knowledge at your disposal. Let me not go into that. So I wrote the third one that's on leverage. Of course, I've written 11 books on finance and other things, but these are the ones that are available for now. So there's another one, Where Can This Money Be Found? It has been exhausted. We'll finish selling it. My book doesn't waste time. So I decided that the total cost of this book, this goes for 20,000, this goes for 10,000, and this goes for 5,000. Total cost is 35,000. But for the cost sake of this conference, we decided to subsidize it. 3 of them at 20,000. You must get 3 of them so that there will be a build-up. 3 of them, and give yourself the next 1 month, digest it, and then we can talk. 20,000 naira, what you will get from here is more than 20 billion naira. That's the truth. That's the truth. So I encourage you during the break session, you do well to get it. One more time, welcome to Leadership and Economic Summit. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I want us to take a moment this morning to reflect on little things that matter, the little things that make us smile. We are so lost in looking for giant miracles. We are looking for, those big goals, those big dreams. And in the course of looking for that, we forget the tiny details, the tiny moments like family, someone calling to check up on you, someone putting a smile on your face. And this morning, I want to remind you of those little moments that build up to become greater. Tell me what I look like through your eyes. Tell me, did I ever cross your mind? Wonder if I have to wonder why. There's so many things that you could say. Why can't you just come and set things straight? Tell me, did you look the other way? They say it's in the small things that I can see your love. And I've got all these big things and they're messing me up. And maybe it's perspective, and that could change my mind. And one day all these small things that will add up over time, 'cause that happens all the time. And did you mean to teach me something? Or show me how to love the way you do? Everyone keeps telling me you only want the best for me, but that's just something new to me that I believe. I say it's in the small things that I can see your love. And I've got all these big things and they're messing me up. And I know it's perspective, and that could change my mind. And one day all these small things that will add up over time, it could take some time. Once in a while, when my heart stops beating, I hear you say, if you just keep breathing, you'll be alright. Promise I'm not leaving. No, I'm not leaving. But say it's in the small things that I can see your love. And I've got all these big things and that still mess me up. And maybe it's perspective, and that has changed my mind. To start seeing the small things, how they add up over time. It just takes a little while. One step and you'll be fine.
Tobias Eze, widely recognized as Mr. Importer-Exporter, is a globally respected international trade strategist, freight forwarding expert, industrial entrepreneur, and business mentor. He is the CEO of Light Shipping Limited, founder of Asia Boom Express, and director of Boom Tech Global Manufacturing Limited, leading business operations that span Africa and Asia. With extensive experience in global commerce, logistics, and supply chain management, Tobias has built a reputation for transforming international trade into a practical pathway for wealth creation and business expansion. Through his expertise, he has empowered thousands of entrepreneurs and organizations to scale beyond borders, minimize business risk, and establish profitable import-export enterprises. His companies facilitate the movement of high-value products across continents, seamlessly connecting manufacturers, ports, suppliers, and global markets. A highly sought-after speaker, trainer, and international trade authority, Tobias is celebrated for simplifying the complexities of global commerce into practical, actionable strategies that deliver measurable results. His passion for entrepreneurship, industrial development, and cross-border trade has positioned him as one of the leading voices shaping the future of Africa-Asia business relations. Driven by excellence, innovation, and a commitment to economic transformation, Mr. Importer-Exporter continues to inspire businesses and aspiring entrepreneurs to compete confidently in the global marketplace, creating opportunities, building sustainable enterprises, and contributing to Africa's industrial growth. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to LES 2026, Tobias Eze.
All right. That's clear, right? Okay, so yesterday we began somewhere, but today we're going to begin elsewhere. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your sacrifice in Africa. Thank you for the things you do. Thank you for availing yourself for this job. This job, in the next 5 years, we'll be having it in one of the largest convention centers because this place is just small. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity also. So let's have the affirmation, Africa must emerge, and for Africa to emerge, you need you to first agree that you can do that. Because if you don't agree that you are the solution to African problem, then you're only making, my office do visa procurement, and people come to us and ask us, I want to travel to Germany. I want to go and live there. I say, we don't do visa for those who japa. So if you want to japa, I cannot help you. Because you're living responsibility and you want to go and find comfort. So if you want to go and find comfort, I don't have business with you. But if you want to contribute to the growth of Africa, then we can talk. So, and I want to say, no, start from the beginning. This is not the beginning, I hope so. Okay, so. All right, thank you. So we're gonna go together here and say, your right hand up again. If you were here yesterday, you know how we practiced it. Your right hand. Please don't put your hand in your pocket. Are you an African? You love Africa? Your right hand up. I am an African. My presence in Africa is not an accident. I am born for purpose, formed for impact, positioned for transformation. I carry the global trade code. I have the code for African emancipation. I crack the code of wealth creation. I am a creator, a builder, a producer, and a global force. I turn African idea into global product, African resources into wealth, African opportunities into prosperity. Africa changes because I arise. Africa prospers because I create. Africa prosper because Africa become great because I take responsibility. I refuse to only consume. I refuse to only consume what the world creates. I create what the world consumes. African history cannot be written without my contribution. My impact and my name. I have the code. I crack the code. I create wealth. I transform Africa. So help me God. So Africa needs you. Stop buying visa to go and help Europe. And let me give you one statistics that Europe is dependent on Africa for survival. Yes. Last year, statistics came out that the whole Europe had 6.4 birth rate. 6.1 million birth rate. But only Nigeria, 7.6. Only Nigeria have 7.4 million. Man, if the way Europe is going, they need you to come. That's why they are saying opening your gate. So come, leave because they are going. You are the one here. Don't give them that hand. Let them come. We will serve them. African population is moving the world now. And you're in the largest country where Africa. You know, when I look at population, I cannot be poor in Nigeria because anything I sell, I can sell granite and become a millionaire. Granite can make you rich. Just know how to package it right. And once you package it right, supply it to ShopRite, if they are still there. If they're not there, find another right shop to supply it to. And before you know it, 10 people want. You know, the problem we have in Africa is that you want to sell car. Please sit down. Everybody wants to sell automobile. If you ask, you're looking for big businesses to do. So that you can answer big name. Let's say, I am Chooks Automobile. Something real estate. Man, Dangote did not look. He started with salt. Even you, if I ask you to sell salt now, you might say, hey, salt. Does this sound right? He's the richest man in Africa and the richest black man in the world. Well, he's salt. If I give you 1 million, 10 million now, and give somebody who understands what the language of consumption, 10 million, you go and buy a car and want to sell. But if I give you 10 million, you buy a car and sell. Give me 1 million, I will not buy a car. I'll go and buy 10 bags of salt. Or if 1 million can buy me as many bags of salt as I want, I'll package it. You know, it does not have price. Have you ever seen anybody price salt before? Have you gone to the supermarket, you want to buy salt, you say, how much is salt? Because it's a commodity that everybody needs and it's everywhere. You can just put your own label name, package it one nylon out. And the more beautiful it becomes, the more it attracts people. You can even add color, add it, find one name and say, well, you know how they say brown salt, brown sugar. Sugar is sugar. Salt is salt. But once it changes color, it becomes special. So it is not poverty that is doing you, it is your mind. You're not thinking. Anyway, I'm not here to cause you nervous. Thank you once again for the opportunity. Thank you. So yesterday we began from, we stopped at somewhere. So let's go back to the crack. So cracking the global trade code, we started from importation. So 2 questions now. If you know you weren't here yesterday, can I see your hand? You were not here yesterday, you came today. And that's a good move. So because of you, I like to know some number of people. I'm going to give you 1 minute backward before we go forward. So yesterday we started from importing and sourcing to building a profitable business. That's what we did yesterday. And we bridged it and explained it on how importation is important to product mastering and product selling, and we did that yesterday. So please go with me. The person on move. I'm going to abandon this, so let's use this. Thank you. All right, so we now talked about our daily product, and we agreed yesterday, I used an analogy, that everything that consists of a man is a product. The water you take is a product. The only thing that is not a product that you don't pay for is the air you breathe. Every other thing is purchased. The toothbrush, your food, your water, your spoon, everything is a product. So you must be thinking of, I can't keep on consuming people's products. I need to actually contribute. What product am I going to create? So we talked about mindset, strategy, vision. Please, let's move. So we'll move this far. Let's move fast. So, all right, so we jumped. So I need to break it down. We have fast ball. We stopped at value chain control yesterday. How many of us remember that's where we... So value chain, we talked about profit is not about selling. It's not about selling. You see, people pursue profit. Once your mind is on profit, you lose the real goal. Every businessman that put energy in making profits will lose why you're in that business. The major thing to create that profit you're looking for is to give value. Let people be satisfied. Then you control that market. So before you know it, sometimes my wife asks me, you're not thinking of profit. I have done several business of millions, sometimes $1 million, but I make sometimes I do 10, 15 containers, and in one container I make 20,000. And one container probably might be, the person pay me 30 million, I'm making 20,000. And my wife asked me, how stupid can you have me 20 million, 20,000? And the person was so happy. From that same person, I have gotten jobs that I made one container 5 million. But the first was not profit, was relationship I was targeting. So that relationship established trust that you can actually leverage on. Pastor wrote a book, Leverage. But I didn't plan. Do I need profit? Yes. But that's not the first thing first. Create the relationship first. Create value. I have the value. So you come, my first attempt is not to rip you off. My first attempt is to pull you close to me. So first thing first. So include, we talked about the value chain control. So once you create value chain, you create a product that has value, you control the market. If you notice that Dangote is actually controlling the oil and gas industry right now. How many years is he in there? He's less than 3 years. But everybody is talking about he caused problem because he controlled it. Up in cement, he's still ruling. In sugar, he's still pulling down. So because he understands that language, control it. Value chain control equals to profit control. And I made an example yesterday. If in Royal has their standard price, you cannot ask them how much is their profit because they have set a structure. They control the market. As long as you want Royal AC, Royal TV, you buy. You will not ask, what's your profit? Because they already created the value. So what you want is the TV, you're not interested in how much they make. So let's fast track. Let's fast track, please. I have a lot to share with you this morning, so I don't want to. Okay, so this is where we are going to start for today. How many of us sell product here? You sell product. You have a shop, or you have a shop where you sell, whether online or physical shop. You have where you sell. Okay. Many of us are civil servants. You don't do it, you just collect salary at the end of the month. Please, I need those people who collect salary. Okay, thank you for supporting our business. So at the end of the month, we collect your money.
Have you seen that at the end of the month when they pay salary, they queue? They have list of what they are going to buy that day. So position yourself and know that. Find the people who earn salary. Those people, they have your money. Those people they can buy for Africa. Thank you guys for buying. They just buy. So, but I'm here to help you think that you can actually own. Instead of buying, you need to do something. Because there's some of you looking at me like you have 1 million in your account. And you're just thinking, I don't want to take risk. If I just put this million in the business, I don't understand. This business will just freeze out. Like all of a sudden, let me stay where I am. All right, so what international business means? Simple importation. We'll continue. That's continuation. Ownership is the goal. So when you start a business, your goal is ownership. Ownership is your goal. So ownership. If you're not planning to own the business or own the product, you shouldn't be in that business at all. The problem, the Igbos, have you noticed that most of the Igbos who do importation, they will import product. When they are getting to 50, 60, 70, the money start dropping. Have you not noticed that the energy is no more there? The energy, that energy that they used to run from China, from prayer to post to making the money, is no more there. The structure is not there. So the finances, children are growing up, demand is coming. Money is not coming as it used to be. So they will begin to all of a sudden, that man was a very big importer. They will be making reference to him. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. That guy that used to import, that we know him. Very soon he will become a history. Once you don't own a product, you will be a history once you die. You can be import. If I own 20 containers every month, 100 containers every month, but once that product does not belong to you, immediately you die and forget you. In fact, be you whoever you want to be. The only way to stay afloat and be recognized in Africa is to own a product. You can own any product. I have a friend of mine who does hair. You know who does what is it called? Only lipstick. Her lipstick is selling everywhere. Ladies, you know Yanga Beauty? Okay. Yanga Beauty. How much did she start lipstick? Lipstick business, do you need 200,000 for it? You don't need money. You just find it. And most of those things are already in the marketplace. So you just buy and say, write my name. Customization is what they are doing. Customization is the goal. So we are coming there. So ownership, importing is the only entry point. So when you start business, you want to import or you want to sell a product, you can start from there. It's good to start, buy from somebody, import from somewhere, and sell. That's a good start. But in as much as you want to start from there, you should be thinking of where will I be in 1 year? What is my strategy in 2 years? What will be my next step in 5 years? If you have that plan, you know that when we began, Pastor talked about my product yesterday. When we began, I already know that I import in containers. Sincerely speaking, I don't sell pieces. When I import like this, I just import one container like this and I just go to one market. I say, hey, I have one container. The total amount of the container, clearing everything, purchase and everything is 40 million. Give me 43 million. I collect my money, I'll not go. I'm not ready to come and tell you to say, hey, run a job from Plateau Post, take 1 piece, take 10 pieces. I know day for that story. So I just take my 2 million, imagine it, and I'm gone. Because that money need to keep running up and down. And sometimes in a month, we have like 5, 10 of that money. Apart from logistic company, we ship for other companies, we ship for other. But that one is, I just see a product in China and I know I like it. I just say, okay, I buy it full container. I come to and say, okay, you want it? Yes. Give me 3 million extra. Carry the job. And that's how I go my way. But when I discovered that ownership is the goal, I began to customize some of those products we started with. That's how I went to the factory. I built by myself, I built a brand. I built a brand that I can beat my chest and say, I know the quality it's made of. That when I'm marketing it, I can tell you 2 years down the line, if anything happens to you, come, I will give you another one. I had so much energy to, when I was telling Mom about it, I said, if anything happens to this blender in 2 years' time, don't even bother, just send it back, we'll give you fresh one, because I know what I'm selling. So ownership gives you that energy to market what you know. If you don't own it, you cannot be speaking of it like that. You can be talking about your product as if you know, because you know the component is made of. By the way, the factory that even gave me the body doesn't know where the machine came, the motor came from. So, you know why Apple don't have fake? Do you know why Apple do not have fake? How many of us uses Apple phone? Have you seen the fake before? Do you know why Apple cannot be customized or cannot be faked? That's what we call control chain system. Apple's charging port come from Taiwan. An Apple earpiece come from Japan. Apple has 148 suppliers to make one phone. So, and each of them do not know anybody, they don't know any of them. So, by the time you transport your own to US, this one will transport their own to US. Another person will receive, because that's what we call chain supply. So by the time you compile it, they will package it and find one company in China and say, couple it for us. Your job to that's why I say coupled in China or assembled in China, assembled in Vietnam. And when they finish assembly, they use helicopter. I was in China when this trade war, American trade war and China trade war. Now, private jets, they used to come carry iPhone 17. Because it was already coupled. Private jet, carried it, went back to US. You don't consign them. Apple began, they were about to launch Apple 17, iPhone 17 when that war was happening. They control their product. People are waiting. They are launching another one in September 9th. Everybody is eager to get iPhone 18, even me, including me. That's value control. See, Apple knows how to keep their customers in suspense. They will keep their customers in suspense. Somebody who just, the product is not out, but you're waiting for it. Jesus. I don't want to go, if I go far, we'll keep talking about this. Let's move on. I think this TV is off. All right, so ownership. The objective is product ownership and brand authority. So we talked about authority. So when you know your brand, you know your product, you have the authority to speak of it. You can tell somebody that I know this. But when you go to the open market, which Nigerians have good of, they just go to China and buy whatever you see. You come back. When you buy blender, when you go home, you plug it. You say, these people, they don't even bring anything good for this country because you two are looking for the cheap one. When I tell you how much my blender is, you say you buy, and you say, oh, this man a thief. How come not? Because I know the quality is made of. Buy peace of mind. Don't buy quantity. So, inside global flow, success comes from positioning yourself inside the global flow of goods, not just outside as a buyer. So your success is in positioning your product. Success comes from positioning yourself inside a global flow of goods. Find your need. Find a system that you can position yourself. Then dominate it. You know, when God said to us, go to the world, take dominion. And you're coming here, you're being threatened by things. When I got into logistics in Nigeria, there's already big players. I'm sure all of you know that there are big players in Africa. Men who have visit their pot belly. Look at me. I don't even get my pot belly. I'm not sure I go ever get them. So I'm not threatened. I created something they will never in their life. That conference that happens in a hotel have never been thought of in Africa. Imagine a system where custom come, NAFDAC come, everybody come. We'll be discussing comments, import, tariff, documentation. So when you come to that conference and you go, whose company, shipping company are you going to use? Of course, you don't have option because that is a trust. You don't have option. The goal is to get you in here. I will sell knowledge to you and grab you because I have what it takes. I have sold the knowledge to you. I was telling my cousin yesterday, are they here? They're not here again. So, position yourself. Let's move. So, I need to move fast. Next. Market, and another thing is a global trade wealth machine. That's what I call global trade wealth machine. A system, a machinery that you can follow that can give you stability and understanding. So what I call market imbalance. So for you to own a product, you must understand there are market imbalance. Products are cheaper in those countries of manufacturing. So what do? You find those products that are cheaper in Asia, in Europe, America. You find it. What is your community needed? Your community, what do they need? How do you solve a problem? This morning, a friend of mine sent me a message. You know what he sent to me? He said, Tobias, he said how do we find the solution to women menopause? That's another market. Women don't want to get aged again, so it's a business. How do we find this? How do we find a drug to be selling to them so that they can be taken and it can work? I told him, create the market, I create the product. And I'm very sure Chinese has access to that. I just need to do a research. As I speak to you, when I'll be in China maybe in less than 2 weeks, I only bought my ticket, by now I'll be in China in less than 2 weeks. But I am telling you, there's a solution that even if it is not final, it will extend them 5-10 years. Something you can do to get your hormones stay longer than 42, 45. I assure you it will come very soon. Once they start talking about it, know there is something. So I told her, no problem, Bimbo. Just get the market, I'll find the product. Because me, I'm a researcher. I research for a living. Every time I surf the air, I surf internet, I'm just there sleeping. I sleep there. I sleep there. I don't come out every day. In fact, I'm be driving like this. I'll plug my Korokwe has a Apple Play. So I will just plug it and I'll say, Chat, how are you? I say, fine. So let's talk. I can talk with Chat for over 1 hour. We are discussing. So and you're playing Alanta in your car. When you own your car, you play Alanta. So how do you gain knowledge? When you come down, your life will become Alanta. So the reality is that you must find a cheaper product outside there, then bridge opportunity, the price gap, create arbitrage. So advanced operators add value. So when you grade it there, you define the product, you find out, okay, how do I bridge that gap? Pastor was talking about the crack yesterday. So there's a crack, there's a gap. So how do you bridge it? So that's what you're going to do. Then, no product is created in one step. That's a value chain. It must, where is that, Delapo? Give me that tea, that thing I displayed for you yesterday. find it is on that bag. So yesterday, I want to use this example again for you. Thank you. So we talked about this yesterday. This product, you know, when I mentioned Dogoyaro yesterday, people were laughing. I'm not saying there's Dogoyaro inside here. But I tell you that what is inside here may be in your backyard. That's what the only thing I tell. Because there's nothing in it. Is it not herbs? Is there any herb that Africa do not have? Let me even shock you. Everything sold in Africa, imported into Africa, comes from Africa. Your shoes, the leather. Do you know how many containers of leather that leaves Apapa? Every year. Every day. Is it the lighting, the stones for this screen? Do you know how many containers I move out of Nigeria that carry raw materials, wood, metals, the thing they used to do iron, lithium iron or lithium batteries, all these batteries you're importing? Do you think they have it there? I don't want that one to start. So hold on. Africa. So let's go back to this. So if you look at this product, there is something like something inside. Let's use Dogoyaro as an example. You cut the root, dry it. After drying it, you grind it, it becomes powder. Then you filter it. Then you find this paper. Is it not paper? Then you put it inside 1 spoon. You cover it, seal it. Machine will just help you sew it round. You put the... So what is there? And you can call it one name, detox. Just find your name and give it. Is it not detox? Does it detox? So, when you go to the supermarket, you buy it 2005. But the truth is that if I ask you to do this job, you say you don't have money. But this man has 100,000. This one has 100,000. This one has 100,000. Why don't you do Kalabo? We need 300,000 for this deal. We're not going to work there. We just do collabo. We employ people who work there. The company, we can do our daily work. We work in the local government, we work in the state, so we go our day while the company runs. So at the end of the week, we do checks and balance. What I mean is that you can start a factory even though you're not there. You can start a factory even when you're not available. A friend of mine in China, there are 3 that started a factory. The rest of the 2 works with the government. So they gathered their salary and gave him. But you know, that time, sometimes I don't even blame Nigeria, sometimes, because our legal system is not strong. Do you get? If not, that's a very good, 3 people can collaborate. If there's an issue, the court will immediately resolve it. But I just trust God that the only problem we can trace is the legal system. Because with the legal system, we can have an agreement and nobody will default, because if you default, you know already that the consequences. So, but that is why you're here to change it. That's why you're a Christian. That's why you're born again. That's why you have faith. You can trust people. That's why both of you can come together, and because of the fear of God, because of the fear of God, because of the fear of God, I cannot do this. So let's work together. Then we create the world. We empower our people. That's why you need to change the way you think. That's why you need to be sincere to people. So that somebody can trust you with 10 million, 20 million, 40 million. Okay, next one is scale. And so when you finish creating this product, the system exists. So since the system exists, is now continuity, scaling it up, and repeatability. And product is gone. You have started, you are running. So let's move. So design your margin. Profit is not an accident, because the guy just hammer money. Those ones are not criminals. They don't have, as a businessman, when I hear one money is water, my dear, I knew. For me, money can be water, depending, it's relative. But it's not when there's a system. I'm working on the system. Every day I go out, I follow a system. I can't, there's a way, I work for it. When it gathers, it becomes water. Though. But when I'm still on the system, I can't use that statement because it doesn't encourage somebody who is coming up. The person may think he fell from heaven. So it is engineered through branding, packaging, warrant system, and differentiate your product from other commodity arbitrage. So let's move fast. So two things that is different between an entrepreneur and a managerial thinking. So this we talked about mindset yesterday. So why you are not doing what you're supposed to do? Two things. Managerial thinking and entrepreneurship thinking. We talked about first. Talk about the managerial thinking is wait for instruction and permission. So I'm just waiting for you to send me now. So I stay here. Number two, prioritize safety and status quo. So I don't want to take risk for anybody. Let me not bother myself. I collect my salary. I do my things. People do your business. I don't want to have issue with anybody. That's why I learn. So safety, very safe, comfort zone. Comfort zone. You're comfortable, safe. You don't want to play anything that will. Depend on salary for stability. Yes. You just depend on your salary. You don't want to have issue. Avoid uncertain and risk. Operate inside the existing system. So that is the last one. Everybody operate inside the existing system. So my brother is selling auto parts in Alaba. So I go to join him. We start importing auto parts. That's the existing system. So how do I create what my brother did? I just told you how yesterday when I was telling you how I went to sell lace. All of a sudden I say, now I can't sell this lace again. I need to sell something different. So it's good to start with an existing system, but don't stay in an existing system. How do I turn over? That is innovation. That's how do I turn it up. But the other side, they say, so you, as a managerial thinking, you maintain structures. But as an entrepreneurial thinking, create opportunity proactively. Accept calculated risk for growth. Build system and infrastructure. See problem as business idea. So the problem in Africa is a business idea. Have you noticed that? Okay. Have you not seen Chinese in your village these days? They're everywhere. What are they coming for? Oh, you don't know that problem you're suffering, you want to jump and leave. They are coming to use the problem to make money. They are seeing your problem as avenue of fortune. But you are busy complaining, there's no light in this city. Why is Nepal doing like this? I don't know Nepal. I don't know Nepal. I left Nepal like 5 years ago. I don't know Nepal. Nobody don't know me. All my house is off-grid, including my office. We just finished installing 20 kVA power. In my office, we have, how many ACs? I don't more than 10. More than 10. All the office is running without NEPA. I don't need NEPA. So anything I don't need the factory we are building in Akwa Ibom State. We don't need NEPA. That factory is seated in 4 hectares of land. I don't need NEPA. So it's not NEPA that is your problem. No NEPA. Build system and infrastructure, see problem as an idea, then design new value chain. Build structure. So the difference between you and an entrepreneur is that you maintain structure, you want to stay here. When an entrepreneur builds structures, the cost shift is job security, value creation, and global skill. So we're going to come to the last one, to this one, very important, as I run very fast this time. So we're going to talk about 5 currency of business. You know, there's a currency of life. I just finished writing a book I saw called Currency of Life. The book is ready, but I'm looking at the best time to publish it. So I have not, the currency of life. I finished that book like 2 months ago. So the 5 currency of business without capital. So for those of you who didn't come yesterday, how you can start business without capital. So it's not capital that is your problem. It is your mindset. You have capital already seated inside you. You came with it. It's originally, you came with the capital. Now, I went to preach in Ghana. So I told the woman of God that the problem Christianity have is that every day we close service, we share grace. When you share grace this week, next week you come to share grace. The one you shared this week, last week, what did you do with it? The grace of God is already there. So tell me what you are doing with the grace of God that you have. Abi, you don't have it. You have it. I don't know whether you have it. Because if you have it, you can't be every day sharing. Stop this grace. Use the one you have even received and implement. Look there you go, sharing grace of God. Even I'm God, I will post the grace first because you're not using it. So first, the currency of life, first is relationship. So this relationship is what brought Pastor together, me and Pastor. Relationship. If I don't have relationship with Pastor, will I stand here? Huh? Every day you're fighting with people, burning bridges. Every day when you quarrel, you don't say that, don't talk to me again. No, if you see me on the road, look left. I don't want to have anything to do with you. If I see you, I told my wife I don't have an enemy. My wife said, you might have, but they are not visible to you. I say, yes. Since they're not visible to me, let them be. But I don't have any, in fact, when I quarrel with you, business issues, we quarrel, I'll call you for you and say, hey, forgive me that business, it didn't go well, but let's reconcile. Let's start again. Of course, we continue. The problem is not me. The problem was a system problem. Maybe a container delayed, and you think, let me cause some. I cannot delay the container. But it's a logistic problem. So I'll just call you and say, I beg, forgive me. That job, that issue will delay. Not be my direct. I don't take the blame, but let's start again. So one, people open doors faster than cash. Your network is your infrastructure. Number 2, knowledge. Trade ignorance is expensive. If you're ignorant of business, it's more expensive. I keep telling you, have you noticed that it is better to be poor is more expensive than to be rich? What it takes to maintain poverty. It takes energy. Selfishness. Have you seen that why the people are more friendly? It doesn't take anything to be friendly and smiling. So it takes more energy to maintain poverty. Stigma, no poverty people, poverty stinking people. They are very stinking. Every time they see this one. As your driver was coming today, one man just nearly put the Marwa of Keke before us. So when the driver was saying, if you stop him now, he will tell you, you're go. Poverty has made you think that everything is all go. Poverty. Knowledge prevents loss and create advantage. Very important. The next one is energy. You know, when I can be in this energy for 5 days, we are still talking about energy. Because that is where everything. But before I forget, buy knowledge. Buy knowledge and trade it. If you have money now, go buy books, read. When I began business, some years ago, I took, if you know LASU, Lagos State University, I didn't have money to go and buy economics books, business books. But when you go to that LASU in front in the evening, in the evening, there is all these people who sell books on the floor like this. So I think it was 10,000. So I went there. I used 10,000. That's what I was buying for 500, 200. I was selecting. When I finished selecting, it was full of Ghana must go. I was squatting with Pastor Felix. So I carried the thing, Chata Keke, carried the book. When I got home, Pastor Felix asked me, you want to start selling books now? I didn't know what to answer him, but I just smiled. I read any book that can elevate me. I read. I would take coffee in the day. Coffee, I would read. I read. My brain was hot. I would read. So what the person you're seeing today is a product of knowledge that have been gathered over the years. I didn't just come like this. Even the people who know me 10 years ago are surprised of me. They say, hey, no be this Tobias, we just meet in this junction. Some of I was told to come and join our secondary school alumni in the Obolaf. So when I joined, I looked at they had conversation. I just looked, the conversation are not even making sense to me. I just exited the group, I beg. I cannot think, you're far. You're not communicating. They have one hour meeting. This one come and draft voice note, 10 minutes voice note. This one will draft 10 minutes voice note. Another one draft 10 minutes voice note. This one draft 10 minutes voice note. So for me to get what this man have said, I will spend 10 minutes, spend 10 minutes, spend 10 minutes. 1 hour is gone. And when this man finishes, anyone will respond to that 10 minutes voice note. The meeting will last for 5 hours. So when I told them that, no, I can't do this, let's introduce Google Meet. They said, not everybody has Google Meet. I said, I cannot be part of this rubbish. Because I'm burning my time. I don't have that long time. That's why I left the group. Don't waste your time. That is part of what I wrote in my currency, the currency of life. Your time is the currency. So, energy. There are 4 kinds of energy that you have seated here. 4 kinds of energy. Emotional energy, intellectual energy, spiritual energy, and physical energy. That means emotional energy, you can control whatever comes to you. You have the right to say, no, I cannot react to this. This is not up to me. It was to me total. Not everything I will talk about. There's something that we will do for you. I will react. I don't react. I'll just look down on you and don't go my way. That's emotion. It's not, don't use your emotion. Don't use it for better things. Physical energy. You know, I have seen people who generated wealth. And I tell you the story of Ife Snachi. This is Enugu. Everybody knows he's from Enugu. Everybody knows Ife Snachi. Do you know the history behind Ife Snachi? That's a very high profile person in Enugu State. Do you know the history behind his wealth? I was privileged to hear his history. Are you interested? All right, so that guy was a barrow pusher. Patrick Onu, see our house. He's from, Ife Snachi is from Enugu Ezike. What is that his village name? I want to call the village name Gongo. Ubaike. Tell me I'm from Ihakobolafo. So, there's one man called Patrick Onu, old man, those people who made money from storage. Like they store beans and land, they made so much money. He said when he started storage, Ife Snachi was pushing barrow. So that's how Ife Snachi generated capital, the first capital he has. He was pushing barrow. So he will use to call Ife Snachi to come and push the bag of things he has bought to his store. That's what Ife Snachi started with. All of a sudden, 2 barrow, 3 barrow, 4 barrow. And the first barrow he used was rented. All of a sudden, he sold the whole barrow and bought a truck. That truck that has 2 car tires. And now has to carry like 5, 10 of the bag. That all of a sudden, he had plenty, he was also bringing people, giving them the truck. The job kept increasing. He now bought 504. He bought brand new 504 and started using it to still transport the same thing. All of a sudden, he started buying car, buying luxurious, buying this. That's Ife Snachi. Go and make his ask. Patrick knew I was pretty, but that was dead. Like the guy died, the man died like 30 years ago. Or I was small when he was telling all this story. I wasn't small. So you can go and do investigation. How people use physical energy to generate wealth. Capacity, if you don't get brain, you don't get, use what you have now. Get your first money, no complain. Next, trust. Trust attracts opportunities. The other one is character. Character determines endurance. So before you to do business with Chinese, they need to first of all know how you behave. It's not why you say, I'm paying you money today, you pay me next year. I'll be calling your phone. You borrow me money, I'll call your phone and say, give me money today. You say, if you borrow me money, which I still borrow up to today, and today I say I'll pay today and I don't have it. Whatever I have that day, I'll drop it. I say, sir, beg, that 100 million, I know come home, but take 20 million. I will find a way. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. It wasn't deliberate. That's a and you communicate before time. Don't wait for that day for the person to call your phone and say, where is the money? So, the next one, let's move on. So, every product coming to Africa as a finished goods I have mentioned that. So, global market intelligence and opportunity mapping. So, identify winning product. We are going to the main thing, please. Identify, how do you identify winning product? Validate demand, engineer margin. Let's move fast because we don't have time. Next. So, demand discovery method. How do I discover demand? What do people need? Physical market movement. I go to the market and do what they call market survey. But right now, you can even use ChatGPT, AI, to do market survey. You can ask AI, give me 5 products that Nigeria import from Congo. Put your country of choice. Or give me 5 products Nigeria use every day that everybody depends upon to live their life. So that's you need to evaluate. Observe traffic, stock turnover, number of sellers, and how fast the product moves off shelves. Please, can you give me a lighter? Give me those products. Give me those Our mentor, I can publicly call him our mentor because I am in touch with somebody who is in touch with somebody. So, Pastor, we were talking with Coach Charis. Have you noticed that Coach Charis sells sellotape? He's not. You know, one day he was speaking in that conference we were in February. He said he sells spices for cars. I laughed. Do you know somebody who sells spices? Like you sell spice for food, like Maggi or sorts. But his own, he said he sells spices for cars. So for your car to move, you need hydraulic. You need engine oil. You need water coolant. Those are spices for cars. So for your car to move in Nigerian road, you need him. That you don't know. There's sellotape here. He produces this man. Because Charlie sellotape water. And you're thinking that I cannot do this with sellotape. How will I be to sell sellotape? Oga, poverty is by you. Poverty. So this is my own brand of sellotape. If you think I know, okay, I get. This is another one. I get it. They sell for open market. So this one is for relationship. Huh? We get. I think every month we have like 2 containers. I'm not telling you product. It's not even enough. The one pastor spoke to you about yesterday, Pastor, this is it. I discovered that there's a lot of people who buy lighter. All of a sudden, 1 month, the gas is. This is electric lighter. You don't need to buy lighter again. Just charge it like your phone. Pa! This is it. Or you want me to test it before you? So, Demand. Have you not seen the light there? If you bring it to gas, it catch. Finish. You're seeing the light, right? And guess how much this product costs in China market? Guess how many? I want you to get practical guessing. Huh? This one $1, that is 1.5. 1,300. Let's say 1.4. That is all you mean. So, 8 naira. Huh? So let's use $1,001 because I don't want to go. If we use $1, do you have 100,000? So if you have 100,000, how many can you buy? Start somewhere. Start somewhere. I don't want to show everything to you. Make so that you see that tomorrow morning. If you come there, I will tell you things you do that 1 year you make. Go and check me on. I said, if you link up to me in 1 year, if you have 100,000 and you're not sitting on 2 million, forgive me. You can. I will give you 5 million. Go and pay your. Pastor, why did you make that money? That is 50,000. Pay the 50,000 and come tomorrow. Where I met pastor, people were paying 40,000 for a conference. So, pastor, how much did we pay? 400,000. Do you imagine the gap between the 40,000 regular and 400,000 VIP? I cannot stay with you. And that's the first time we met. And we had a good conversation. How would you won't even see me. Poor people are there. I can't be with the poor. Eh? If your conference is 20 naira for regular and 1 million for, I will pay for 1 million. Because anybody who bring 1 million, you don't know what it is. You pay 1 million, that means we are equal. But you pay 40 to 20,000, I will have all chills that sit around me. That's why I was telling my pastor that you can't stay there again. He was in regular. You remember I told you that day? Go and pay 50,000. Come tomorrow. Meet us there. So that 50,000 naira, if you don't have, do like I used to do. Pay and trek home. Jesus. You know when I say it is like, you give your last money and walk home. So, market demand. Then, competitive mapping. I don't want to go, if I go that way, distributor interest. So, who is interested to distribute my product? Very thin. Online demand. So, what are they looking for? People are searching. Replacement, I'm talking about market demand discovery method. That's it. So, price stability. Price remains stable despite competition. Demand is very strong. Any product that you see does not, every day, the price does not go high. That means the demand is very high. Like Solotape in the market, you know, the tape speed grow. Every day you go buy them 200. Every day you go buy them. It's only Naira depreciation that affects the price. So move on. I don't want to. So tomorrow, so competitive mapping, value chain, premium brand, commodity, RIP zone. So I think you can look at it clearly here. So value chain, low price, high quality. The sweet spot for market entry. Deliver unexpected quality at accessible price. Look at it clearly. So if you, strategy, attack weakness. Don't compete head on with market leaders. If you enter the market, you say you want to be Oga. People would have been in the market for 10 years. You just want it there, you just say so. Don't compete with them. Identify what they are missing. Just study the gap. You will notice that there are some things they are not doing. Even if it is a packaging, repackage it and name it new thing. Repackage it. So next page. So products, decode the value, product selection and differentiation, and business model. So identify winning product, validate. Are we together? Identify winning product, validate demand, engineer margins. Stop competing on price, start competing on value and system ownership. So this is what I forgot to let you. This is one of our product. And you see what I did? This product actually is not in Nigeria. But when I saw it in the open market for Asian market, like for Asian market, not for Africa. So you see that it has, some has USB, it has light, low light. In case those who doesn't want to sleep in the dark, you don't want your light to be on, you can plug your extension and on it, very low light. It gives you that light. This is our brand too. It's everywhere. It's a premium brand, copper. So I'm not telling you, what I'm teaching you is what I do for a living. So I'm not here to tell you theory. See, you notice that it's very practical things. So product, business model level. So how do you enter business model? Let's start from go to the last page. From this business model level. Now the first model of level, so for them not to confuse, go to the next page. We are coming back to this page fast. Okay. Now, if you look at this, you see import and wholesale. That is the entry point. Everybody wants to enter import and wholesale. So you buy, you sell. Number 2 is distribution. So you distribute. That's number 3 is private labeling, OEM light. So your logo on a standard factory product, just like as I have told you. My logo on a standard factory. My logo on a standard factory. Because I'm not the one that created the shape. So the shape has been there. I just customize what is in the market, and that's all. So let's go back to the other page. So next one is OEM, so original equipment. You define your space, material, performance, packaging, high margin, and brand authority. But I want you to play if you can't play from number 1, from number 7, and number 6, and number 5, if you don't understand number 1 to number 4. If you don't understand number 1 to number 4, you may probably miss out if you start from number 5 to number 7. You will miss out. So because number 5 is talking about ODM, which is you influence which is original design. You create the mold, you design the way, okay, I want to do this lighter. Yes, true. The lighter is in the market. But the lighter is in the market, but I don't want this shape. So I need to create another mold that will make my own maybe shorter or longer or different. That means when you do that, you can, you can customize it and pay Chinese. Nobody will use that mold. Once you pay for it, it becomes your property. That even the factory that created it does not have the right to use it for another person. Many of us know Buchi Mix here. That's what she did. That's why I see her design is always there. She's in court right now, dragging one Nigerian seller who has gone to produce it and selling it. They're always in court. So number 6, you need to do SKD. So you grow to SKD. SKD is importing the finished goods, but when you get to SKD and TKD, you're not doing what we call semi-knockdown and total knockdown. Meaning, I don't want to import this as complete job like this. So I can import it in pieces. The plastic come, the other thing will come in pieces. When I come, you just find one small place and call electrician, they will keep on soldering it for you and packaging it. That's total knockdown. And you cut down at least 70% of expenses. Custom Nigeria will even give you is 5% VAT. 5% duty, 7.5% VAT. That is 13.5. But when you're bringing finished product, you're going to pay 20% duty, no, 25% duty, 7.5 examiners, which is 32.5. See the gap? You see the gap? So if you grow to the people who do SKD, TKD, then you now know that. That's why you see it assembled in Nigeria. All those goods assembled in Nigeria is now doing SKD, TKD. Including Royal. They are doing assembled in Nigeria. So do you think they don't manufacture it here? They just bring it here and couple it here. That's why they can sell it. You now have market competitive. They sell it any amount and they can make profit from it. But the final one is the manufacturing, which is I want every one of us to get to as we grow. The final one. So the next one, the final one is manufacturing. So manufacturing is important. So as you start small, your goal is to get to own a factory. So whenever you start today, have the goal that I want to own a factory. And give yourself 10, 15, 20 years. I assure you, you will own a factory. And that's how industrialization starts. Start somewhere. Tell your neighbor, start somewhere. Tell your neighbor, start somewhere. Don't blame your village people. So I appreciate you. Now, you can stay connected with us. Follow us on social media, please. Can you help me? Follow us on social media. That's Mr. Importer Exporters, Facebook, TikTok. Make sure you get that. So you follow up. They do content. Whenever I'm around, I shoot video for them, and they use it for their engagement. So follow us there. Then make sure you buy the next page. Please make sure you buy the Pot to Profit book, which I explained. Most of these things I'm telling you is already there. So you will see more things you have not even seen. And not that beyond that, you even know tariff. We explain tariff, shipping, customization, all those things is important. And we have reduced it. If you want soft copy, go to Seller, seller.com. Buy from Seller. Do you understand? That for those of you who want to read online, you don't want to buy on Seller. The Seller is 15,000. It's on Seller on 15,000 because that one I cannot change the price. But it's outside here. You can go and buy. Pastor discounted his book. Me too. I have to discount my own. And let me not be the greedy person. So buy it for 10,000 and save yourself. So let me have the other projection. Let me have the trifold, institute. Let me have the institute. The institute, Pot to Profit Global Trade Institute. Pot to Profit Global Trade Institute. No. Okay, let's stay here. This is a trade camp we're having on the 25th of September. So if you're online, offline, for online people, I think it's 30,000, but offline is 35,000. And it's happening in my conference room. This one is not happening in my conference room in Lagos. So this one will give you practical approach to whatever you have learned here. Trade camp, with just 2 days, where we'll be having a full time with me, and I will dedicate my time to give you more knowledge. So 30,000 is something you can afford if you cannot come to Lagos. But if you live in Lagos, meet me in my office. But if you want to attend online, 30,000 is something that then you can attend. Next slide, please. Let me finish this. Next slide, please. Oh, all right. So that's okay. Maybe that was given to them yesterday. I think So now by God's grace, we are launching our institute called Pot to Profit Global Trade Institute. In that we teach manufacturing, production, import, export, clearing, forwarding. It's a full institute where we teach all these things. So you won't miss your way. Because this is the first in Africa, I'm being honest. There's no school that will teach you what I'm going to teach you. This is practical. In fact, when we get to the production, Chinese will come. When you come to manufacturing, we bring Chinese. Then when you're done, you can decide to go and do internship. Go and follow one Chinese to their factory and stay 1 month, 2 months. But that is your money, though. That's what we are going to be doing. That's what we're going to be doing. So right now we run what we call Port-to-Profit business coaching, and we run it in cohort. The last cohort ended this month. We are starting another one in September. It runs for 3 months. So that Port-to-Profit business coaching is ₦1 million. That's what I was telling Pastor yesterday. One person, ₦1 million for 3 months. Imagine paying ₦1 million to have me for 3 months. Every week I am with you. We think, we deliberate, you ask questions, we talk. Every time you just go ahead. I want to speak with him. Yeah, that's success. We have a 1 hour meeting, and every day we are on your table, designing your product, bringing ideas, brainstorming together. That's what we do. So for 3 months, so that cost runs for ₦1 million. The cohort start again. Another cohort for the end of the year start again September. And that one. But for this class, anybody who is interested, speak with my EA. And I think I should give it out 50% discount. So if you have 500,000, you want to go with me for 3 months, so please subscribe. Something you can do. Something you can do. Then, for those of you who are already in the business, you want to scale your business, you want to connect with custom, you want to connect with NDLA, you want to connect with some standard organization, NAFDAC, please make sure you come to Lagos, 13th November 2026, Neko Hotel. Regular is 250,000, that one no discount. That VIP is 500,000. You just come. We are going to be even having workshop. In that workshop, I'm interested in knowing custom, how do you clear custom? You come this side. If you're interested in how do I register my product with NAFDAC, you come this side. How do I get my son's standard certificate? You come this side. I still have time. Increased. I thought it was 9 minutes ago, so I know that I have like 2 minutes more. Okay, so this is sorry. So it's outside. This flyer is outside. It's free of charge. So if you go outside, you can pick one. This one, you can pick one of these things. It's outside. This is outside. So you can go outside and check it out. Then download our app. We have Port-to-Profit app. Port-to-Profit. If you're using Android, you can just check Port, P-O-T, 2. That is 2 like number 2. Profit. You download it. It's on Google Play Store. But for iOS, people use app, iPhone. Sorry, the Apple is still delaying the approval. But I'm sure maybe at the end of the month or first week of next month. They have not approved the app, but Android, we have gotten that. And that is where everything about Mr. Importer Exporter will be on. So in that app, you have access to education, have access to knowledge, everything, conference, teaching, seminar, access to everything in that app. In fact, if you want to even ship, you can even ask the app, I want to ship 1 kg. How much is it to London? The app will just give you how much it will cost to so address. So we have, everything is on that app. Everything. Everything about is in that app. So you don't need to struggle. Download the app. Port-to-Profit. Very interesting. Now they are working. I think they did 9 minutes before. All right, with this full words of mine, I've been able to convince you, not to confuse you, that you need to own your life. If you leave this conference today and your life remains the same, next day we don't want to see you. Don't come again. If you live here and you remain where you are, I beg, mind yourself. Stay your stay, day your day, may we day our day. But if you are ready for a change, link up with him. Because the problem we have is that we leave the source after we get small knowledge. Stick. Once you stay, more knowledge will come. Because this is where the knowledge came from. And I'm sure where it came from, more. So please, put your hands together for this man. I appreciate the man of God for me. Thank you so much. Thank you. So whatever you do in life, don't stay poor. Whatever you do not do what? Don't stay poor. Rise up from your feet and say, poverty, I reject you. Day your day, I day my day. Poverty, day your day, I day my day. I am here for Africa, and I will change Africa. So help me God. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Charity Odia. I am based in Toronto, Canada. I am a registered practical nurse with a strong passion for excellence, growth, and lifelong learning. I joined the Cracking the Billionaire Code by Dr. Casey Richard because I wanted a deeper understanding of success beyond my profession. This training transformed the way I think. It taught me discipline, strategic thinking, the importance of system and intentional actions. I now approach my career, finances, and opportunities with greater clarity and confidence. Dr. Casey Richard training didn't just give information. It shifted my mindset and elevated how I see my life and career. If you're serious about growth and success, I encourage you to subscribe to the training Cracking the Billionaire Code and buy the book. The book is not just a book, but is a shift in mindset. Thank you.
My name is Hannatu Ilyas, Senior Special Advisor, Senate Committee, Marine Transport and Blue Economy, Abuja, Nigeria. I had the opportunity to attend quite a number of trainings by Dr. Casey, especially Cracking the Billionaire Code. This training helped me understand money from a complete different point of view. How wealth is structured, how businesses talk, and how to move from effort to systems and to value creation. Cracking the Billionaire Code is not just a book. It is a mindset reset. I tell you, this book is a mindset reset. It has really equipped me with practical financial intelligence that every leader from every industry needs, from business people and to professionals. And so I encourage everyone to get this book. This book is a must-have for everyone. Financial literacy is not an option. It is a must for every individual. Dr. Casey, I just want to say congratulations again. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for what you're doing for our generation and your passion to actually imbibe all this knowledge in us. It's second to none. We appreciate you always. Congratulations. Thank you so much, and God bless us all.
Hello everyone, my name is Adebayo Henry, a professional real estate broker and also the Chief Executive Officer of Best Price Properties and Investments Limited here in Enugu, Nigeria. On the first Sunday of the year 2022, I was just driving around my neighborhood looking for a new place to worship. I knew I needed something new. So I've always seen Swift Conference Center, also known as Swift Church. So that very day, I said, okay, let me try this place out. Little did I know that I was walking into an institution of learning. Little did I know that that decision was going to be a life-changing decision. After the service, I said to myself, wow, Adebayo, this is more than just a man of God. I said to myself, you're not going anywhere. So we embarked on that journey, started attending his trainings, the money science training, particularly unlocking the trapped billions within you. It was during that training that my mind blew up. It was mind-blowing. We were taught the triangle of trust, mind mapping, leverage, the power of the subconscious mind. We were equipped on how to set global money traps. We were equipped on how to become the money magnets, how to succeed in tough economic times. We were also equipped on how to translate mental money to physical money. It is a training you cannot afford to miss. Meeting Dr. Casey Richards has changed my life. And today I have my staff, I have my office. I now know how to leverage on the resources I once ignored. My friends, social clubs, my family, even my staff, their skill sets, we leverage on everything, and that has led to exponential growth in both my business and, of course, my finances. The difference between a smart person and a wise person is that a smart person knows what to say, but the wise person knows when to say it, how to say it, and if at all, he should say it. A smart person has information. A wise man applies it. What you do with this information is totally up to you. Don't hesitate. Get a copy of this book, buy for your friends, to your loved ones, and ensure they attend these trainings for a life-changing experience. Cracking the Billionaire Code is not just a book, it's a practical roadmap to financial freedom, to financial stability, to abundance. I want to say thank you for this opportunity to testify, and I want to also state that I'm a proud product of Dr. Casey Richards' training, mentorship, and guidance, and I'm forever grateful for the impact it has made on my journey so far.
All right, thank you so much. Let's appreciate them for the testimonies. We're going to take another session, but then we'll take interlude before the session. But then I know you have questions. We're going to do Q&A session once we are back from the break session. We're going to have break after this next session. Once we are done with the session, we'll go for break. But when we come back, we'll ask a few questions. We just have little time to ask Mr. Importer-Exporter questions. But then at the same time, take out your time during the break session. He has no business being in the closed door session. I begged him, and I extended his ticket. We begged him. Because that session is no longer for the crowd. It is now for those that are serious. Of course, Nia Adesanya is already in town. All right? And then the closed door session, Olumide and Dr. Cosmos Maduka. So it's not like it's four, and I'll be speaking in closed door session. I told us about some of these 4 areas where this system thrives here. I'll be talking about it. Closed door session is a place where we separate the boys from the men. We chose to do that because it's not everybody that is serious. It's intentional. It's not everybody. Some people will be there and be pressing phone. But when you pay as little as 1,000 naira, you want to maximize your 1,000 naira. That was why we did it. Previous edition, we can do general session, everybody 3 days, but we told ourselves on the 3rd day, we separate the boys from the men. If you're interested, you come over to the other side. If you're not interested, no problem. And that was why we decided to use the 5-star hotel in Enugu, the best hotel in this city. Oranto is the best hotel. We paid as little as, not as much as anyway, as little as 3.5 million. That's what we paid. And we're going to be there. We're going to have an amazing time. So I encourage you during the break session, register and be part of it. His book has been discounted. Get his book. Get his book. Please, I'm begging you, get his book. You heard him, 10,000, he'll go and pack books. So all that he's communicating to us and what he's doing was born out of books. He has shown us more than 4 products. He didn't bring the blender. I know he may not bring it because maybe carrying loads. He gave us the blender as a gift in Lagos. One of the best in the country. Should I surprise you? He said yesterday, he's a pastor. He's pastoring a church. So what's your excuse? Just because you're a child of God, you can pray in tongues. Just be disturbing everybody 2 hours, 3 hours. My friend, let's be real. Haven't you heard about Apostle Paul? There was a tent maker. He was a lawyer. He was a content creator. Okay, don't know. Paul was the first content creator in the missionary work. Paul get content. He dey share content to Romans. Share every platform. This sharing didn't start today. And Paul will tell them, share for me. Share it. Let them hear it. Okay, okay, you don't know. You think Paul was just a joker. Paul said, my own hand have provided for my necessity and for those that are with me. He wasn't a burden to anybody. If you have been around me as a pastor, I've not been a burden to anybody. I'm a source of blessing. Because I have business. I have 5 streams. And it's running. And it doesn't stop me from shouting, praise the Lord. It doesn't stop me from praying. It doesn't stop me from fasting. It doesn't stop me from doing anything. Why is your own being a child of God affecting your brain? In the beginning, God created. So you started, you don't create anything. The proof of being a child of God is creativity. Go and write it somewhere. The proof, the true proof that you're a child of God is creativity. Your father is a creator. So the son should be what? Create something. And you'll be telling me stories and stories and stories. Every time we gather, we pray. Every time we gather, we pray. And the prayer is not resulting into productivity. Anyway, let me not get into that. That's not the message for today. Just permit me. You know, I'm a pastor. And when I switch to the other side, we switch. Oh, it's interesting to know that our church, in the month of July, moving to August, we were praising God 7 hours every Thursday. We did it for 49 hours. First Thursday, second Thursday, third Thursday, fourth Thursday, fifth Thursday, sixth one, seventh one. As we are rounding up, we enter 21 days fasting. As we are finishing 21 days fasting, we enter 3 hours of intensive prayer. Every 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. we are coming here. We rounded up when? 2 days ago. And it did not stop our productivity. So you think you can pray, you think you can fast. If you come close to me, you know whether we can pray or fast. Finish prayer, enter market. Finish prayer, enter market. Enter market. Enter market. Thank you for the emphasis. Thank you for the emphasis. Finish and do something meaningful for your life. Stop hanging and just be waiting for one miracle thing to drop from heaven. Right? So register for the closed door session. That will be by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning at Toronto Hotel. All day. Just like today, it's all day. We're going to go into the interlude. And after then, the next voice you're going to be hearing is the voice of the wife of my youth. The next voice you're going to be hearing, I took our time to be here so that I can introduce her as a woman that started my mentorship journey. She was my first mentor. She taught me how to pray. She taught me how to read. She already had books, libraries. When I met her as a single, she was a high flyer. I had how many books then? Well, 1 book. One. She had books. When did I overtook and took my place as a man? It was 2007, 2008. That was when I now took over. I said, no, I must take the mantle of this house. She was way far ahead of me. And she was willing to teach me. And she knew that this man, he's in another world. He's ready to learn. Let's appreciate it. Please, guys, if your wife is doing better than you, humble yourself and learn. Just learn. You will become better in humility than in pride. You become better in humility than in pride. I'm sorry to say this, but it's high time I say it. While I was going through the valley of a shadow of lack, it was a very tough one for her. There is nothing as at that time that will make her use her money to cook, and I'll eat that food. I said, let hunger kill me than a woman to feed me. She said, I was ready to die because I knew I was going through process and I want to pay the price. No way. She would be begging me. I said, no, I won't eat. I know what I'm doing. Don't feel bad. Let my chin go inside. My brain must produce. That decision changed everything about my life. She's here. That decision changed everything you are seeing about my life today. Today I'm comfortably leading my home, leading my family, leading my wife, being a source of blessing to people around me, to my direct family. What would have happened to me if I didn't pay that price many years ago? Please, I encourage you, every session here is a nugget, is a time bomb. Take it, let it explode in your heart, and let it produce result. That's the essence of what we are doing. So please, for those that have questions during the before the break session, you will, the QR code is showing. Then we're not doing direct questions. You just scan it, type your question, we'll receive it, so that when we come on stage with Mr. Tobias, we can ask the question. So you can just scan the QR code before we go into the interlude. It will be showing on the screen. Scan it. Don't ask live questions. So we want to manage our time when it's time. So let's welcome them as they take us on the interlude. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Kiki. Nice meeting you all. So if you've ever felt alone in your journey, just know this song is for you. You've been walking through the fire, carrying dreams and buried desires. You look around, feel out of place, hiding behind a brave face. You've been told you're not enough, you're too soft or not tough, but I don't see the problems you've braved or the battles you've quietly faced. So take a breath and let it through. There's no one else who can be you. No one is you. That is your power. Stand tall in every single love. You don't have to lose your words. You've had it in you since your birth. Let the world see all you are. Even your scars becomes your heart. No one is you. So rise and knowing it. Your life is a light. So live and show it. You've been walking through the fire, carrying dreams and buried desires. You look around, feel out of place, hiding behind a brave face. You've been told you're not enough, you're too soft and not tough, but I don't see the storms you've braved or the battles you've quietly faced. So take a breath and let it through. There's no one else who can be you. No one is you. That is your power. Stand tall in every single hour. You don't have to lose your words. You've had it in you since your birth. Let the world see all you are. Even your scars become your art. No one is you, so rise and knowing it. Your life is so light, so live and show it. Your path is yours, don't let it fade. Don't lose yourself to feel okay. You are enough, you always will. And let the trial makes that emotion. No one is you, that is your power. Stand tall in every single love. You don't have to lose yourself. You've had it in you since your birth. Let the world see all you are. Even your scars become your art. No one is you. Rise and own it. Your life is a light. So live and show it. Live and show it. Just live and show it. Live and show. So live and show it. Thank you.
certified child development expert, family life strategist, and entrepreneur with over a decade of impactful leadership in education and human development. She is the director of Swiftville Group of Schools, where she has demonstrated exceptional leadership in building and scaling an educational institution from a grassroots into a thriving multi-campus school, serving numerous students and families before evolving into a new career path. An MBA holder in business administration, Gloria combines academic excellence with practical leadership experience with a strong passion for raising exceptional children, strengthening families, and developing the next generation of leaders. She is married to Dr. Casey Richards, and together they lead Swift Church, a transformational church committed to setting new records, leadership, finance, family life, faith, and societal impact. Gloria is a mother of 5 daughters, triplets, and twins, and an advocate for intentional parenting, family leadership, and generational transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to LES 2026, Gloria Richards.
Hello. Okay, thank you very much. Please, let's not bother putting it on again so that it will not distract me too much. Okay, I was talking about DNA and family codes, what we all grew up with. I grew up in a family that has the good and the bad. Okay, so a bit of some of the ugly. But that story, the story I'm going to tell us has to do with, how I actually grew up. There's a little boy, he grew up in an environment where the father, anytime he's tired or exhausted, he transfers aggression, he shouts at them. And then this little child grew up, he became a boy, and in the long run, he got married, and he had his children. So one of those days, he came back from the office feeling very tired and exhausted. And accidentally, one of his children spilled liquid on the floor. And the next thing was, he shouted just the way his father used to, do with them. But all of a sudden, he realized that he was trying to relate with the child the way the father used to relate with him. But there was something he did that changed his narrative. When he said that, he shouted at the child. All of a sudden, he stopped. He became quiet and he said, "I'm truly sorry. I was not supposed to talk to you that way. I do not want to continue with you the way I was raised." And that marked the beginning of recognition, interruption, and replacement. He recognized a genetic code. He decided to interrupt it, and then he replaced it with something better, something higher, something that is more valuable. So I want you to, at this moment, just think about your life, because the transformation we're looking for in Africa actually must begin from our families. Because if we're looking at, Mr. Exporter was talking this morning, and he mentioned some values. Integrity, you must be a person of integrity. As Christians, we must have, faith, must have character. These are not built in the marketplace. They are actually built in the families. So as we're here, this room is filled up. Please do a reminiscing, do a retrospection. What kind of a family do you have? What are the values? What are the belief systems that you're running in your home? And if you're single, what are those belief systems that raised you? What are the values? What are the ethics that you're running your life by, or you're running your life with? It will help us to have a systematic, progressive process that will take us into that Africa that we're looking for. Because in this time, it's Africans changing Africa. We're not depending on the Western world to do for us what we have capacity to do for ourselves. Generational codes are the unwritten rules we learn from our families about how life and relationships should work. Things like, we don't talk about our problems. When we're angry, we shout. We never say, "I love you." Nobody can be trusted. Money never stays, or we don't show emotion. These are all transmitted unwritten codes that you just find that you carry on. In my family, we shout. And I made up my mind that in the new family I'm raising, I'm not going to shout. But one day I found myself shouting. And then I called my children. I was like, "Please, please, honestly, I'm not going to shout again. Let's just cooperate so that we can, we can live a beautiful life. We can be able to live this intentional life." And they said, "Okay." So one of those days, one of them was doing something that wasn't right. I was like, "Babe, stop it." She ignored me. "Sweetheart, stop this thing." I called her name. "Please stop it." The next thing, she turned and looked at me, said, "Mommy, shout." Mommy shouts. I say, what? So that means this thing has entered into her bloodstream. I said, I'm not going to shout. I've made up my mind I will not shout. But that day I still shouted. Because that was the only language she understood. But as time went by, God has been helping us. We are not shouting. So instead of me to shout, I will cry. But I shouted yesterday. That means I'm not free from what I'm teaching. It's for you to know that it's not from heaven. We are in it together. Do we understand? I shouted yesterday. And I was... But when I'm shouting or when I'm talking, my emotions overwhelms me. I could start crying. I could just do like a little baby. And then somebody would say, Mommy, sorry. Mommy's okay. Mommy, sorry, yeah? And then they'll quickly go and do that. And that means we are changing, we are learning, we are becoming. So when behaviors are repeated for years, they can begin to feel normal. When you repeat a behavior over and over and over again, it could begin to feel normal. We don't talk about our problems, yes. Some people says, I'll pass this slide, please take it off. Sometimes we need to stop and ask, is this really who we are, or is this simply what we learned? What I am doing, what you're doing, is it who you really are? Some personalities will tell you, this is just how I am. Is that really who you are, or is what you learned while you're growing up? If we can do a retrospection this morning, you'll be able to decode, you'll be able to crack what you have carried on over the years, and then put a stop to it, and then start a new leaf of life. So that question can be the beginning of transformation. When you're able to ask yourself, is this who I really am, or is this what I have learned over the years? That is the beginning of transformation. Some of the codes that we must crack this morning, I have like 5 or 6 of them. Number 1 code is the identity code. One of the most powerful lies is, this is just how my family is. But I want to tell you that no one has the authority to define who you are, because Christ is the new identity. If you are in Christ, you have a new identity. I made up my mind I was not going to live the life I saw in my father's house. While I was there, there were a lot of things that happened that I don't want to bore you with. I made up my mind, my home will not be like this. And God helped me. I started taking in knowledge. I started learning. I started becoming. And the amazing thing that happened to me, God brought families my way to help me to learn. I didn't use my family as an experimental tool. I was involved in, parenting other people's children. So I could practice the things I had to do when my first set of triplets came in. So whatever it is that is in your childhood, your father may have struggled with anger, your mother may have struggled with fear, your family may have experienced financial difficulties. Your childhood may have been difficult, but I want you to know that none of these things has the authority to define who you are. Like I usually say, because of your background doesn't mean, if your background is poor, it doesn't mean your back should be on the ground. You should lift yourself up. We had Mr. Importer, he said he rose from nowhere, from nothingness to where he is now. You just make up your mind. Be intentional about life, taking principles that will help you to build the life you see. And by the way, what's the life that you see? What can you see about yourself? As a young one here, what can you see about your family? The one you're going to raise, not the one in your past. You can look into your past to be able to decode what you don't want and then be able to project what you want, and then you start living it out. For the married that already have children, what are the codes that is prevalent in your home? What's the vision you have for your home? How do you want your children to turn out? Or are you still giving the next generation to the old generation that didn't pay you to mentor for you? Some of us feel, they are my parents now. The children can go there, let me rest. And then they are there 3 weeks, 1 month. Some even live with their grandparents. I'm not saying they are bad, but there are things that you can put in them because you gave birth to them. There's a vision you should have that you should be able to communicate. They should see you live it out. They should see you live it out. They should see you talk it. You should be able to model the right example for the next generation. Transformation begins from the mind. It begins with renewal of mind. Don't say, this is how I am. I cannot change. You are not Rock of Gibraltar. You are not God of heaven. Even the God of heaven, he said, I am the God of all flesh. I change not. But he keeps changing his approach. The principles are the same, but the approach is different. So you can actually tell yourself, this is not me. I need a better version of myself, and you start building yourself. So if you don't take in knowledge to be transformed, you cannot become the new code that the next generation will look up to. So before we change what we do, there must be the change of what we believe. What do you believe about families? What do you believe about parenting? What do you believe about family life? Write them down. Look at them again. Will it make my family to be, a family that will change Africa, that will make a difference? I'm not saying change the whole world. In your little sphere. Boardroom, before they get to the boardroom, the dining room is the place of transformation. That's the place these decisions are made. That's the place where this whole thing is formed. That's the place values are formed. So if you don't make up your mind that I must change my belief system, there is no way the change you're looking for can come. So instead of telling the next generation, you're just like us, let us teach them you can grow. Let us teach them that they are valuable. Tell them that they are valuable. Maybe nobody ever appreciated you, and you're carrying on. Your children are going about with empty emotional tank. It ought not to be. You see the importance of change, because we are living in a volatile generation. They are very volatile. They are so fickle. Now, if you don't build them enough, a little thing can make them to drift, and then they are gone forever. That's not our portion. So it is time to be intentional. When I teach in early years, I usually ask, how many of us gave our children hugs, at least the little ones? How many of us gave them at least 3 hugs this morning? Or 1 hug, just 1 hug. Parents, 1 hug. All of them. So you can imagine, how many parents do we have here? So all the other children, from the ones that didn't receive a hug, today their emotional tank is empty. Is as bad as that, and is as close as that. How many of us tell our children, you're valuable, you are beautiful? Validate them. Let your words be so rich, be louder than the voice of their peers or the voice of their classmates. One of my little daughters, not my biological, came to me one day and said, Mamas, my classmates said I'm big and fat, I'm ugly. I said, no. You are the princess in your father's house. You are this, you are that. You are beautiful. Look at your skin. You are ebony. Don't mind her. That person is just jealous of you. I needed to fuel her self-esteem. If not, she would have just been going to find validation. Whatever that bully is saying, she would just follow, and that's the beginning of an end of a destiny. So let them know that you love them. Let them know they belong to God. They are fearfully and wonderfully made. Even the one whose eyes like this is the wonderful nature of God. Don't tell yourself, even in your mind, this child is not beautiful. No. It is with your words. The Bible says with your words. What did I say the Bible say? Wow. But it's a Christian gathering. God is here with us. Let them know that this eye is like this because that is how God's eyes are. Don't tell you I don't know. Even and don't make a mockery of your children. There are some of us that laugh at our children. You don't need to. You don't need to. Tell them they belong to God. Tell them they have a purpose. They just live, they eat, they drink, they sleep, they play games, and that's the end of life. No. There is a reason. Let them know there is a reason God brought you into this family. There's a reason you are on this earth. Start looking for it. Start praying. Let God tell you. I tell that to my children. And gradually, each and every one of them, they are finding their purpose in life. As they are moving, they are discovering this who I am. You are the mentor. You are the coach. Don't leave them in the hands of other people. Don't leave them in the hands of their teachers. Their teachers are secondary. You are the primary coach, the primary nurturer, the primary example they have. Just look at your life now. Somebody is behind you or somebody is around you taking you in every day. They are taking you in everything you're doing. Their mind is tabula rasa. Whatever they see enters. And tomorrow you see them bring and say, where did you learn this? You were the code they were trying to crack. And when they're done cracking it, they bring it out. And you know that it is not the seed that was sown that comes out. It comes in multiples. So the earlier we start uprooting and start planting, the better. The second code we're cracking this morning is emotional health code. Some people grew up in homes where there was food, education, everything, shelter, beautiful house, a big car. But they never experienced I love you being said by their daddy or their mom. They never heard I am sorry when daddy made a mistake or when the mom is at fault. Or when you threw tantrums or when you transferred aggression. I'm sorry. They never heard that. They never heard how are you really doing. We see them as a bunch of disturbance. And that's why in this holiday period, some children are still going to school. All in the name of lesson. They are teaching them things. Holiday period is a time where you have family gathering. You can create your own family creed, your own family code. During holidays, nobody steps out. Mommy, if that's why we have to really be importers and exporters so that you can have control of your time. If you're 9 to 5, the family has to eat. No. I got a job with Zenith Bank in Lagos when I gave birth to the triplets. A very good job. But I turned it down because I can't leave my 3 children in the hands of maybe a 10 years or 15-year-old teenager that doesn't know anything about parenting. And I'll be going to make the money. And then I'm buying the best of things and their character is porous. Who will teach them? That doesn't mean men are, there's no equality or there's no equity. No. I'm not a feminist. But feminism is not, you give me my place. We just know our roles and everybody stays in their place. The woman nurtures the children. That's what I'm saying. This tide is changing. We will be billionaires in the sea, in the air. We are bringing in goods. We are selling things. We are doing online business. We are billionaires, but we are homemakers. That's where we're going. You don't need to struggle in the office with the men. Let them stay in the office. Let them stay there. So that you can look, you can see, you can know when behaviors are changing. You can be able to tarry, stay in the place of prayer. I can tell you for free that when you pray for your children, there is an invisible hand that, keeps molding, keeps organizing, keeps programming them for their purpose, for their future. You don't pray, you don't read, you don't talk. What are you? Someone has to start a new pattern. You have to start. I have started. And I'm not just doing it for my children. My children are all teenagers now. I'm still going down. My house is a place where any child can come, not adults. Don't come. I will break your head. But the children, let the little children come to me. because I know I have what it takes to nurture them. And I teach parents as well. I started a YouTube prayer platform, Joyful Parents Forum. It's been amazing. You just need to pray. Do you know one of the hardest things to do is to pray for your children? Do I have a witness in the house? Now you want to pray and that child just misbehaves, and then the next thing is, just curse this child. Your mind will be, if you don't know how to take control, you just be saying those things inside. I told myself I cannot be a prophet for the devil. So when those things are filling my mind, I just look at your head like that of Jesus Christ. I've been delivered. Yes, I can't give a voice to what the devil is echoing into my ears. Make up your mind. If they are saying it out there, you shouldn't be the one to blackmail your children emotionally. Learn to apologize as parents. Learn to listen to them. That's how you will teach them to listen to others. Because whatever you're doing, they are miniature us. They are learning from us to be able to lead their home tomorrow, to be able to lead their families tomorrow. Celebrate their progress. Correct them without humiliating them. Create an environment where people can talk about what they feel. Let everybody be able to express themselves. Let no one be quiet. If I say it now, I don't know how daddy will feel. I don't know how mommy will feel. No, you are the one as parents to create that environment. And for the single persons, start making, learning these things. Write them. Start changing. Start becoming that woman you want to be in the future. That father you want to be in the future. It begins with you. Say it. It begins with me. The next generation doesn't only need provision, they need healthy relationships. Some families have mastered silence. I'm talking about the communication code now. Everybody knows when something goes wrong, nobody talks about it, it dies like that. You will raise emotionally dumb children, generation. We should talk about things. And when we are talking about things, there is a way we go about it. We don't point fingers. Allow everybody to express themselves. God is really helping us because teenage age, I'm not seeing it as the difficult years if God is helping you and if you are prepared in knowledge. You know what to do. Those children that look as if they don't want to open up. I know we have some here that parents here that have teenagers and they just go into their room, they lock their room, or if they have a phone, they can be there from morning till night. Find a way to be their friends on TikTok so that you can see what they are doing. And my children's friends on Instagram, on TikTok. When they post something, I'll put a heart emoji. And if it's something on their status, if it's not, I'll go to their DM. Babe, you are a salt, you are a light that will give direction to your word. How does this look? Okay, mommy, I'll pull it down. You don't need to correct them and humiliate them. And he's making us friends. So when people have issues in families and nobody talks about it because everybody is scared that they will flare up, they will grow up like that. When they will get to that stage, when they are asked questions, they will not be able to express themselves. Why? Because that aspect of versatility, being outspoken, has not been developed. You see that they become shy. Say, I'm shy in the shy. You didn't develop that aspect of their life. Healthy families learn to communicate, even when the conversation is uncomfortable. Healthy families learn to communicate. We must learn to communicate. Teach your family that it's okay to say, I was hurt. I didn't understand, or I don't understand. Could you explain? Teach your family to be able to express, I need help in this matter. I need help in this area. Don't let them bottle it. And when you over bottle, you start, becoming on the edge. Don't bottle things up. Let it out. Be vulnerable in your family. Allow vulnerability in your family. We must teach our family members to say, I made a mistake. I am sorry. Can we talk? Teach them. teach them. Communication doesn't mean there will never be conflict. Because we communicate well, there will be no conflict. No. It means conflict doesn't have to destroy the relationship. The next one is anger code. This one is prevalent in so many families. If shouting was normal in your childhood, you may have learned to shout. Is it not? Because me, it was normal. As you are shouting, there is this beating, and then everywhere is in chaos. And hey, thank God for my husband. He is from a peaceful side. So when we are talking, if you want to clap, clap. When we are talking, and then my voice is going up, and then he's talking, and then his voice is still normal. He's angry, and his voice. I'm like, how do people behave this way? It's not my natural habitat. But I'm learning. You can learn too. It's never too late to learn. A few days ago, as I was preparing for, this conference, I just had this thought. Because sometimes I feel like, there's so much to do, and then there is no time. And the thought just came. God started with Abraham at 75. 75. Is there any one of us here that is 75 years old? And Abraham was able to follow rules. He was able to follow principles. He was able to follow God. So what will be your challenge that you cannot follow? It gave me hope. It gave me that strength that it doesn't matter where you are in life. You can always make up your mind, I am starting now. The day you wake up to start, that is your day. Your salvation has been there. Your change has been there. So the day you make up your mind, you will see that all the elements of the universe will come to help you. So don't throw it off. Don't throw it off. That's not you. That nature is not the real you. If you are groomed in a more loving, more coordinated environment, you will not be like that. So when you know that it is actually artificial, it's superficial, what will you do? Go find your real self. And that your real self is in the nature of God. Imagine a parent saying, I'm angry right now. Let me calm down before we continue. What do you think that child or those children how do you think they will feel? That you're a parent or you're a sibling, and then you're angry, somebody is talking to you and you're angry, you're able to voice out, please, I am very angry right now. Could you just allow me to calm down? We'll talk about this later. What will happen? There'll be excitement. There'll be this flow. There'll be this joy. Oh, you don't want to explode. And that person will learn it. Tell yourself again, it begins with me. Transformation begins with me. Anger is real. But anger does not have to control our behavior. If you are angry, don't spoil things. If you're angry, don't break plates. If you're angry, don't snub. If you're angry, don't stalk. If you're angry, don't go dead cold. If you're angry, don't shut down. It is a natural emotion. Don't allow anger to control your behavior. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. Be quick to listen. There's something that is on my table right now. There's a case on my table. And sometimes when I'm looking at it, I want to look at how do I handle this issue? So the thought that came to me that is prevalent among all the thoughts in my heart is, call this person and find out her background. How was she raised? How was her family communication like? What was it like growing up? It will give me an idea, an understanding of the root. So if I start looking at the behavior, I will just be plucking the leaves, and then it will grow again. So when we're able to handle the issue from the root, there will be what? There will be freedom, there will be health, there will be joy, there will be a new beginning. So when we're able to do that, that is what we call family DNA. you move from anger to self-control. You know how to step it down, and then you know how to do the things you have to do. It is a family DNA. The fifth one is money code. Children learn about money long before they understand financial terms. They watch how we spend money, save, give, borrow, and plan. So we should not only tell the next generation to work hard so that they can make money. We should teach them wisdom. Because there are some that they don't even want to have savings. Right? Because they see every day daddy goes out, he buys things. They feel all money is for spending. Because we go out as parents, we bring things in for the family. So in their mind, they start thinking, when you make money, you spend it. We should be able to tell them, see, we should teach them wisdom. We should teach them financial discipline. We should teach them how to save. And how do you do that? Somebody is saying that they are not making money. Pay them for the chores they are carrying out in the house. Okay, you are opening the gate for us anytime we want to drive in. In a month, I'm going to give you 500 naira, depending on the age. You see that child will be excited and eager to do that. That's what the Jews do. They pay their children for the chores they carry out. And at the end of the month, they divide the money into that 3 or 4 areas. They say one is for the poor, 10% is for themselves, then there is a part that is for savings. Then that one that is for themselves, you can buy anything, you can do anything you like with it. You save, there is your own salary, and there's the one you give to the poor. The Jews don't believe in tithing, so they don't give to God. So 3 areas. And then that child is eager, is dedicated to opening the gate. If you wash plates, when you are meant to wash it, every month you have 1,000 naira. And then you have a piggy bank. They share, they don't just, at the end of the month, how much? 4,000. How much is, 10% is 400. You share it, how much? You ask the child, how much do you want to save? Things are actually easier. It's because we don't want to get knowledge. Things are very easy. Nobody should complain that his family is this. It's because we are not paying attention to the real things. And I know there is emancipation in the house this morning. Teach them planning. Teach them how to plan. Teach them generosity. Teach them to be responsible. You have a help in the house. That help shouldn't do everything. Let them know how to, as little as 3, 4. Let them be able to wash their socks, their school stockings. Soak it overnight. Let them stay there and wash. God, these are things that I am doing. I'm actually talking from experience. When my children were very smart, a very tender age, I wash plates. A year plus, because everywhere I go, they go. If I'm in the kitchen, 3 children in the kitchen is already a crowd. So how do I maximize them? I had to get 2 basins. One for washing, one for rinsing, and then the basket. So I will wash. The 3 of them will circle around the other one. As I wash and I keep, they'll be struggling for it inside. So they will rinse, they will put. Peel onions, they will peel. As the mint is entering their eyes, pepper me. Yes, that's what I do to put food on the table for you. Yes. They pound crayfish. They have strength. They have energy. Utilize it. It's when we don't utilize it, it stays latent. It stays dormant. And then they start carrying themselves like lazy dummies. We'll still start complaining. Start early. Utilize it. Cut broom their size. Don't give them long broom. Let them know how to exercise their waist. Have long broom. No. Buy short broom. Cut it so that they'll be able to bend down and do things. Then when they sweep, look at it. Tell them, look at it again. Is this the best you can offer? I'm talking to us for those of us that have younger ones. Is this the best that can come out? Let them fold their clothes. Let them know how to do things around the house. It excites them when we carry them along. They are very excited. So please, let's not leave everything for the housemaid. She's actually not your maid. You are training her more than you are training your children. The goal isn't simply to raise wealthy children. The goal is to raise stewards, wise stewards. Children that will be wise. This conglomerate, you are thinking now how you will make money, how to be an importer and exporter. And then you now carry that, inheritance and give it to a child that doesn't know the value of money. You won't be like one of those fathers of old. I don't want to mention any name. Teach them, let them know before you get, okay, my child followed me to the market a few days ago, and she saw an eyeglass. Say, Mommy, I want to buy it. I said, buy it for yourself. Now you have pocket money. They don't want to spend their money. If you want extra, do extra. I now just use that time to preach one small sermon according to Mommy. When I ask you to do something, do it. I don't even need to ask you. I don't need to ask you before you do things. You don't expect a thank you when somebody asks you to do something. Should you expect a thank you? No, when you take initiative, it shows you are responsible. I should tell you thank you for being responsible, not me thinking it, being proactive and telling you, and then you go and do that and you expect me to tell you thank you. It doesn't work around me. Be proactive, and you see when you are proactive around me, you see the way I'll be showering you with, hey, thank you, God bless you. And truly it is from my heart. So you are looking for your mother's blessing or your father's blessing. You aren't washing his car. For those of you young ones, you're still in the house. Your father will carry a bucket of water by himself. He's washing his car. So that your days will be long. Honor your father and your mother. Or your mom is washing. She's doing everything. She'll finish cooking the food. You will eat it as a Gen Z or the Alpha generation. You go and keep the plate in the sink. So that your days may be long. Go and wash that plate. Honestly. The last one is faith code. Psalm 78 shows us one generation telling another about the works of God. Majority of us didn't come from families that knew God. True of us. So now, the shift begins with you. The new code begins with you that knows God. Will you be able to pass the way you are leading your Christianity? Can you pass it down to your children, from them to the next generation? Let them know God for themselves. Children don't only learn faith from our words. They learn it from our lives. If we tell them to pray, but they never see us pray, those children are not going to pray. If you tell them to study the Bible, they don't see you read the Bible, they will not read, because it's do as I do. Permit that language. It's what they see us do. That's what they will do. If we tell them to forgive, but they constantly see us hold grudges, we will leave them with something else. If we tell them not to gossip, and they see us slander people before their eyes, how will they not gossip? So you model who you want to, what you want them to see. You model what you want them to become. It's not a difficult task. It's just changing your mood. It's just making up your mind to change your mood. Make up your mind to change your mood. The greatest spiritual inheritance is not simply my parents told me about God. It is I saw God reflected in the way my parents led or my parents lived. Don't tell them about God. Let them know the God of their father. Let them know you as a child of God, not as a church goer. You come back from work, you're tired that Sunday, nobody goes to church. You are showing them how to go about it. The last one is purpose code. Sometimes family has down expectations instead of purpose. You must be this. This is the course I want you to read. But you forget that every child is unique. Allow them to discover their purpose. Our responsibility is not to give birth to children that will be copies of ourselves. It is to give our children roots and wings. Roots will teach them where they come from. You are from us. For instance, my husband and I, we are not from, I'm from an idolatrous family. So I make bold to say that Jesus picked me and saved me and brought me out from the miry clay. He set my feet. I am the one leading the generation of righteousness in my lineage. And then I'm telling my children, the root is from me, not from your forefathers, not from your grandparents. From me, Christ, Jesus is the Lord of my life. Then they will be able to pass it on to their children. Not, my father said, my mom said, God is up there in heaven. I really don't know if God is there because they never had an encounter with him. It will be disastrous in the long run. So what are the DNAs we need to infuse? We're talking about the DNA, the codes we need to crack. So what's the DNA, or what are the DNAs we need to infuse into our children? The first one is faith DNA. We teach them to trust God. Second, character DNA. We teach them honesty, discipline, humility, and responsibility. The third one is relational DNA. Teach them communication, respect, forgiveness, and healthy boundaries. The fourth one is purpose DNA. We teach them that their lives have meaning. And the last one is resilience DNA. We teach them that failure is not the end of life. Teach them how to get back up. Let them know that failure is part of life. When you fail in something, you are learning a better way to do it. You just learned how not to do that thing. So it shouldn't be like a mystery, a spiritual mystery. I failed. I wrote an exam a few days ago, and I was not selected. And that thing wanted to go, you failed? I said, no. I've not been an abnormal behavior human being. How will I? This is the first attempt. Leave that thing, leave that thing. It shouldn't get you bothered. Just go through it again, and then, you move. Let's simplify these things. Let them know that failure is not the end of life. The new family code. I'm rushing now because my time is running very fast. Imagine a family where these become normal. The new family code. In this family, we honor God. We tell the truth. We apologize, we forgive, we communicate, we celebrate one another, we correct without destroying, we manage resources wisely, we develop our gifts, we pray. In this family, our past does not dictate our future. Imagine a family like that. That's how you actually raise a new generation. That's how you actually infuse a new DNA into the family you're raising. It's not through one emotional moment. You did it today. Since I said it today, everybody will go on DNA, 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 family DNA. And after 3 days or 1 week, there's nothing to write them about DNA. No, it requires structure and a system. You need to sit down. If they are like 5 years old, bring everybody on into the picture. How do you want us to live in this home? How do you want us to raise you? They have a mind. They came in with the wisdom of God. So engage them. You can become the turning point. Maybe you didn't receive anything much from your family. Maybe they left you, they were pursuing money. They left you, they were about their business. They were about their work. They left you in the hands of house helps. Make up your mind you won't leave yours for your house helps. Make up your mind your business will not take 99% of your time. And when you're around, be available. It's one thing to be present. It's another thing to be available. Or it's one thing to be available. It's another thing to be present, spirit, soul, mind, and body. Be available. My final charge, I don't want to take time more than this. The next generation is watching. The next generation is watching to see how we'll handle pressure, how we handle money. The next generation is waiting to see how we treat people. Your children are watching. The younger ones are watching. How do you treat people around you? You don't have anything, but pride is everywhere. It shouldn't be. Or you make mockery of people in your heart before you give them something. They are watching. They will reproduce it. How we respond when we fail. They are watching to see how we communicate, how we forgive. So let's give them something worth reproducing. Let us give them discipline without humiliation. Let us give them success without arrogance. Let's give them confidence without entitlement. You can fear their confidence, but don't let them become entitled children. Don't allow them to be entitled. Let them work for whatever they need. There's a place of grace and favor. And even the favor of God, if you don't entreat God's favor, you will not get it. It doesn't fall from the sky. So don't allow them to be entitled. Give them love with boundaries. No is not a bad answer. It's not everything. PGR said we should love our children, so whatever they ask for, you give them. No, that's not love. That is abusing relationship or your authority. Give them purpose with character. Give them wealth with wisdom. Let them inherit a relationship with God and not mere religion. I will stay on this. Please, if you're a sensitive parent, you will know when your child needs to be born again. You will know. Because you're a co-parent, God will talk to you. I'm talking from experience. You know when to lead that child to Christ. And if you're not doing anything in the kingdom of God and you're pushing your children, it doesn't work that way. They will see it as religion. When they leave your space, they will drop it. As they are leaving your environment, they are dropping Christianity. They are dropping the religion. But when you allow them to have a personal relationship, pray to God, Lord, have an encounter. I want my children to have an encounter with you. And then live out that life. When I tell them, God told me this, God told me this, one was to change her course. I have known it before now. And one of those days I just said, no, mommy, no. I said, okay, Holy Spirit, give her understanding. You can never overpray wisdom. Lord, give them wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Give them retentive memory. Give them sensitivity. May sharpen their spiritual understanding. You can't overpray those prayers. And one of those days, she just came to my room, Mom, I want to have a conversation with you. I said, okay. And then she started telling me, this actually. I'm like, huh? So they don't hear God. They are beginning to hear
I'm not planning to die for the church, but I can die for my family. They know about it. They know. If God forbid, nothing will happen. If anything happens, you will change pastor. You will change within one day. You say, yeah, that pastor, yeah. But that's the truth. So she taught me that. One day, she reported me to my mentor, to our mentor, our family mentor. And our family mentor called us for a meeting. And our family mentor is a certified family coach at the global level. He said, man of God, listen. So I kept quiet. I was looking at him. I thought he's going to support me. He said, the first place to pastor is your family, not the congregation. The first place to model is your family. That was many years ago. That was what made me to have everything. What happened? I carried all my money and pumped into church program. All my money. I still do it now. But of course, I have backup. But then there was no backup. If they carry them like this, we're going to look ourselves. They look ourselves. She would tell me, that's not how to do it. I said, no. I must sacrifice for the Lord. But when she noticed that I wasn't listening, there's no point arguing. She reported me to higher authority. But I want to tell you this, if you are going to settle down, if you have a family, a young family, an older, growing family, please have someone that you and your wife talk to as a mentor. I didn't say talk to your father. I didn't say talk to your mother. Family members are always biased. Okay, I reported it to my father. Don't try that. Don't do that. We have our family mentor. We have our business mentor. We have our ministry mentor. We have other kinds of mentors. Time will not permit, including businesses that we're doing. There is no aspect of our life that we don't have mentors. And our mentors, we have the same access to all our mentors. One day we went to see one of our mentors. He came to the city of Enugu. We went to his hotel, and both of us went to see him. And we sat down. We asked him questions about our family. He said to us, you can leave money, you can leave properties, you can leave anything. But if there's anything you will leave that will not leave them, it's values. He said every other thing can leave them. You can work so hard, but please work hard to instill values in them. Those values will not leave them. That's why people will live in Jamaica. And while they are there, they said, my father taught me not to stay outside by 6. And meanwhile, the father has died long time. And the value of not staying out by 6 is still with them. What about the money? The money is gone. What about the properties? Properties are gone. The reason why we decided every year to bring in the place of family in Leadership and Economic Summit. You think children will not grow to become leaders? You think they will not grow to run enterprise? Don't ignore them. Don't ignore them. Engage them in your enterprise. Engage them in your business decisions. Engage them in everything you are doing. One of my daughters would tell me, say, Daddy, when it comes to money, let's talk. Say, I took after you. Now I look like you when it comes to money. I said, God, it's going to be hard with this. She and the mom went to market to get some things. We're going to go on a break in a short while. They went to get some things, and the mom wanted to get fuel. Thank you. And she wanted to do a transfer, and it couldn't go, maybe network or any other thing. And she called. I said, please transfer. They have their money. They have their pocket money. They have their money. So they said, please, can you do a transfer? Please find a way to be giving your children little money. Open an account for them, okay? Let them having a feel of some little things, okay? It's very important. So, he said, can you do a transfer? Let me pay them. She transferred the money they paid for the fuel. My wife and I were in upstairs just having a conversation. The next thing, my wife saw a message. She checked the message. You know what my daughter sent? Account number. I've not recovered from that. I've not recovered. I said, what? Account number. There is nothing like mommy, that money now. My daughter just sent account number. And a few minutes later, she walked into the sitting room upstairs. And I called her name and said, you said Mommy, I can't say now. Mommy should give me my money now. No long talk. Just say, I wire, you wire. I've given you, you give me. But the truth of the matter is that no place is as safe as home. No place is as sweet as home. Business is warfare. Business is jungle. Sometimes they want to kill you because of business. The reason why we decided to bring in family in an environment where we're talking about leadership and also economy, it's because family is everything. If they beat you left, right, and center in business, you come back home. There are people that can still tell you it's not the end of life. There are people that will still, embrace you. There are people that will tell you, don't worry, we can still do it again. There are people that will honor. There are people that will still love you unconditionally. There are people that are still celebrating you. It's your wife. If you're a man, it's your husband. It's your wife. If you're a woman, it's your husband. If you have children, they're there to encourage you. Don't leave them to the detriment of what you are pursuing. Don't leave them to the detriment of that position. So on that note, we're going to go on a short break, but let me say something. Before we go on break, Sam Adeyemi is going to be with us. We're going to have a session today. We're going to have a session with the selling champion, the biggest sales guru in Nigeria that runs the largest sales conference when it comes to sales. You had a bit of sale from Tobias Eze. George Emetuche will be with us. He's going to take us on sales. And then we decided to keep Nia Desanya as the last resource person because he warned me. He warned me. Our protocol team have come to pick him. He warned me. George is in town and all of them. He warned me. He said to me, don't give me all these 40, 20 minutes. What I have to offer, I can't enter flight from Lagos and I'm coming to Enugu and you want to give me 30, 40 minutes. I need to empty myself before I go back. Let's appreciate God. That's Nia Desanya is the biggest knowledge economy earner in Nigeria. Everybody that knows him knows that. Nia Desanya program will be coming up in November. I'll talk about it. I think it's 3 million per person. 3 million per person. So there is nothing like the closed door session. He's just doing it for long time relationship. That's why he's doing it for me. If it's about paying, they are paying 50,000 naira, forget about it. I'm being honest with us. So Nia will be with us. He will be the last speaker for today. So the break is not long. We're having only 30 minutes break. By 1:20, we'll be back on the dot. So there's a food court by my right hand side. Once you walk out, there's a food court where you can have water, food, snacks, anything. And then if you want to use a convenience, there's a convenience at the back of this auditorium. Please, I want to plead with you. Once we are done, we're coming back. I think we are starting with Q&A of Tobias' session. Tobias will be with us tomorrow for the closed door session. If you have not registered for the closed door, I plead with you, register. It's not the money that is important. It is the knowledge and what you become that will be important. Books are outside. My books are going on a discounted rate, and it's only for today. By the way, today will be the last day we'll be gathering here. Tomorrow will be at the closed door session. So if I were you, I would do the 3 days and end up in the closed door session. But at the same time, if you can't do the closed door session, maximize today. Don't say, let me quickly go and come back. Traffic may catch you. You will not come back. Eat whatever you want to eat. Drink whatever you want to drink. Enjoy yourself. And let's see by 1:20 on the dot. Enjoy the break and use it to network as well. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you.